Welcome everyone to the Madness. This is where we take the best of sophomore albums suggested by you and decide which had the best sophomore album out of 32 entries. Thank you so much for joining us. This is a fun little deviation from Rock Coliseum during the month of March because March Madness, an excuse to use the bracket system. We had a lot of different options to work from, and I'm very thankful to say this is not your typical Rock Coliseum because of our 32 entries, we have no trolls. We have no joke answers. These are actually all legit.
Mm-hmm.
We have
no falling in reverse versus
versus Five Finger Death Punch.
We have set the bar
nothing like that.
We set our own bar so low that we're excited about no trolls.
I mean, it's worth celebrating.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I mean, have you seen the streaming racket out there recently? You get away with no trolls, you're doing pretty good for yourself. Luke, you may need to patent this idea.
I would like to say also, for those who are not aware, my name is Luke. That's John from ARTV, Mark from Spectrum Pulse, and Crash Thompson with Lil Guy probably chomping at his ankles right now.
He is chomping on his glowworm toy right now. He has a little plastic, it looks like a little plastic gummy worm. Yeah.
He's like Triumph the Insult Comic Dog, but nice.
He looks his coloring is exactly like Triumph the Insult Comic Dog.
He does. Yeah.
Triumph's twin brother that's kind.
The good
yeah,
brother,
thankfully,
yes.
thankfully he doesn't have that attitude.
Yeah.
So he's nothing like his dad.
There you go. So,
right now, I don't know. Do you see how that dog gets around? I'm positive.
Oh yeah, I saw his Conan special. Like he had his own special. It was ridiculous years ago. Like one of his songs was "Underage Bashan." It's as bad as you think it is. So,
Luke, I'm sorry. I know we need to get going, but I have that album on CD.
It's insane. You know it too. It's insane.
That album is fucking nuts. It is the craziest shit. I'm amazed they even put that shit out.
Me too.
I will have to get that out and show you. Yeah.
Yep. So,
oh, no kidding.
For those of you who are wondering why Super Chats are still coming in, after the brackets, we will go through as many Super Chats as possible. Like always, keep them coming in. It helps a ton. And we will make sure everyone is answered in a document after the stream, like always. Finally, if we get to our like goals, we will be playing rounds of Festival Rock or Flop, where we book a random festival, and maybe it'll be great or suck. I added more photos this time. Some are great, and some really suck. So, that being said, what's our first like goal? I can't have every window up, so I can't keep an eye on everything this time. What's our current like goal?
75?
We're at 64 right now, so that's
doable.
Let's do 100. I had not refreshed on mine.
Let's just do 100. Let's say 100 even.
Let's do it.
And I'll play one round of Festival Rock or Flop after the first bracket round. Is everybody ready to see the bracket on stream? Because I'm kind of am.
Kinda, sorta, maybe. Let's see these shuffled battles.
So this is the standard order. This is the order that we got the nominees in. This is not the order that you're seeing right now that we'll be doing them in. I just wanted to show everyone before I hit the random button, which is coming soon. Now, it's pretty simple. We have a timer for ourselves. 30 seconds for each of us to discuss and debate which ones we think should go forward. However, if it's a sweep, 4-0 sweep, we're just going to move on and be pretty brief about it to save time, and we'll talk more about the album next time. I mean, we can talk a little bit about it, but not the full 30 seconds each. If it's a tie, that's where the audience comes in because we will be able to make a poll for each tie there is, and I'm willing to bet there's going to be a decent amount.
Oh, for sure.
And that's fine.
Especially with there being so many great albums in the bracket. Like, this is not just randos, like, we got a lot of really solid submissions. So.
Over time, too. Like, I just want to say, there were some entries that were great that didn't, make it in time that we were surprised no one suggested, like, from Black Sabbath or A Perfect Circle. There was one entry we had to cut just for the premise of time. I think that was May. I don't have the list up. I don't remember who suggested
it. Was May, yeah.
But we just had to cut one, and that was, like, the least known one on there, so it's nothing personal to the person who suggested it. I don't even know who it is because I don't have the list up, but that's it. So
to whoever suggested it, I respect that.
Yeah, it's a good album. It's just one had to go.
I agree.
Yeah, so
thumbs up for me.
That's our first thumbs up. Mostly.
Mark, hush.
I didn't say anything.
There we go.
I get it, but still hush.
Mark S., do we need to talk to your Annie?
We're not doing this. We're not doing this here.
Okay. By the way, again, I'm copying all super chats. Do not worry. They're saved for all. We'll do them after the brackets. The first round, we're going to do our best to be brief. There's 16 matchups. That's 32 albums. We got some work to do. So I'm going to end. I think I've explained everything. Do you three have anything you need to add before we get going?
I think if there's a tie, it's a vote with the audience.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay. That's it.
Let's go.
Okay, 2 brief things that I need to bring up. One, if you guys pull the same crap you pulled last year, friendships are over.
Still angry about this, man. Oh my goodness.
Really? Hold on. You know what? I think I got something that I need to throw in the backdrop real quick.
That's to say, we're never gonna live it down, are we, Luke? I'm sorry, but I regret nothing. The right album won. It did.
The path to that album winning was inappropriate and unfair.
Maybe, but yes, okay. The right album won. I'm sorry.
The right album won. That's right.
Okay,
Yes,
everyone,
the
we're
right
ending
album
soon.
won.
Thank you very much for tuning in to Rock Coliseum. We'll be back in a few months to try again next time. Thank you very much. All right. And number 2, before we go in. Oh, Lord. Please don't let this be as bad as last time. It can be bad. It can be random, but not as bad as last time.
Oh, it won't be. It'll be just fine. Granted, if you guys pick the wrong entries, you're all dead to me. So we can keep it with that.
Oh, it's okay what Mark says, but when I say it after the fact.
I speak with authority.
I say it out of frustration and regret. Ugh. Okay. Are we ready for the random button?
Yes.
All right.
Let's do it.
Mark, you were the first one to say it. So, Mark, count me down from 3.
3, 2, 1, go.
It worked. Oh, no.
What are we looking
It's
at?
going to be a second before it shows up on our end.
No, it's
Yeah,
already
we don't
so
quite
random.
see it yet.
It's so random.
Well,
The first few entries on here. Oh, man. It's gold. I'm waiting for these guys to refresh up because just
okay. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Okay, there it is.
Some of the matchups at the beginning are just so ridiculous.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
I like where this is going. I like
There's
where
a
this
few
is
that
going.
I like it.
I can vibe. I can
Yep.
100% vibe.
The one good thing about this, no one can predict that we seeded it or bracketed unfairly. Nope, this is as random as it gets. So,
Yep.
all right.
Granted, I will say this. I did listen to all 32 albums ahead of time, and I made my own personal seeding in the background that I will be referring to.
There you go.
Oh.
That's fine if you have your own list. That's fine.
Very nice.
We all did our homework. We're ready.
Yes.
Let me pull up. Sorry, I got to pull up the chat again just to make sure everyone's here. Everyone's saying, ouch. Uh-oh, unfair.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Number
It's gonna be
one.
an interesting. Yeah.
First bracket, Slipknot's Iowa versus Radiohead-The Bends. Does everyone have a choice?
Yep.
I have to break a few hearts with this. I know.
Okay.
It.
Slipknot, Iowa, because they're in the order that I see them. Slipknot, Iowa. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I kind of expected as much.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
So I'll be brief.
Yeah.
I'll just be brief with mine. This was Slipknot doubling down and proving they were not just a one trick out of new metal. Heaviest album they've done ever. It's not my favorite. It's so much of a beast that I think it stands the test of time for what Slipknot proved they're more than just new metal flash in the pan. Radiohead-The Bends also proved that Radiohead was not a one-hit wonder, though, so I totally respect that they're more than the band Creep. They proved themselves and evolved more than that, so I totally respect people that choose the Bends. So, John, 30 seconds, any thoughts?
Okay, so in its own way, I think that this is kind of an interesting matchup because it's two bands that were kind of pigeonholed very early on, kind of waiting to see what happens on the Sophomore album, right?
Sure.
And Slipknot's Iowa was actually one of the last ones that I revisited. I heard it literally today. And while a lot of it has aged well with tracks like Left Behind, I think that there's a lot in there that just reeks of the toxicity, I guess, that was Slipknot in that era with, the kind of environment of the band. But the Bends, come on, classic.
Mark, how about you?
I'll be very quick with this. Both these are my favorite albums from the respective bands. My issue when it comes with Iowa is it's so goddamn long.
Yes.
The final song does not need to be 15 minutes long, and really, it just starts dragging on its back end. The bends is a wallow, but as someone who is not the biggest Radiohead fan, I'm going to take what I can get there. And again, it is my favorite Radiohead album.
Fair enough. And Crash, how about you?
Mark already stole probably my biggest point. Iowa is just a little too bloated. Like, man, again, that last track, it's just 15 minutes of waffle. And I don't know, it's tight, it's crazy, it's insane. It's Slipknot with that dial turned all the way up to 11. I respect the hell out of that album, but I wouldn't even say it's their best record. The Bends is easily Radiohead's best record, in my opinion. That it's also maybe a little long, but not a minute is wasted on that record. Every single track just flows perfectly into each other. There's a wonderful theming and balance to everything. Even the songs that Tom York hates are great.
Okay. And I'm assuming little guy respected your decision, and we're moving on.
He either respected my decision or he's about to do something naughty. You're not?
About to tear down the door.
We got an Iowa.
Good boy.
He's an Iowa fan.
Good
okay.
boy.
See,
I guess
that wasn't
so.
so
I'm sorry,
bad,
puppy.
right? We got one
Humans
down.
equal shit.
Yeah.
Sorry, Luke.
Hey,
Little guy, do
I'm
people
fine with
equal
this one.
shit?
That's fine.
Do people equal shit? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, people equal shit.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That's great. People pick up my shit, he says.
People
That's-
pick up, yeah, people.
That
people,
song's not
me,
supposed to be
pick
adorable.
up his shit.
Alrighty. Next one, Pixies-Doolittle versus Megadeth-Peace sells, but who's buying? Clearly in the same vein, by the way. So,
Clearly.
Yes.
Right?
And this
Pixies.
is the
Pixies, Doolittle. 1, 2, 3. It's not Megadeth's best album.
the opposite of close. The opposite of
No,
close.
see, yeah, if it were another Megadeth record, but I don't know, Peace Sells is...
Nah.
Even if it was not another Megadeth album,
Rust in Peace is
I mean,
the one
compared
would
to
go back for.
Doolittle, yeah.
There's not I will say this with confidence. There's not a single Megadeth album that would even come close to Doolittle for me.
Good.
That
I
would
agree.
even come
Yeah,
close.
same.
I would say
Same.
Rust in Peace
Yeah.
is the one, and that's it. So,
I'm not the biggest thrash metal guy to begin with, and Megadeth's brand of it is just so chuddy to me, and a lot of that
Yeah.
production
this was
is
pre-Chud, by the way.
that
This was
production,
pre-Chud.
ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pre-Chud.
Yeah,
It
but
was pre-Chud, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
But again, the production. Oh man, the production.
Yeah, the
on this-
production
It's rougher
is
than you
rough.
people remember. It's really bad.
Oh God,
Yeah.
it is like I don't know. It just reminded me of being out in the desert somewhere and just needing a drink of water despeatly.
Oh, that worked out pretty well. Good discussion
Yeah.
for it. Oh, people are saying I picked the
Honestly,
wrong
yeah.
album, did I?
yes, you did.
What?
Rats,
What?
right?
No,
Yeah.
because killing in my business is first. Killing is my business.
No,
is
no, no, no.
first.
Like, no, you picked the wrong album in the bracket.
Don't.
Oh yeah, you moved.
No.
Yeah, whoa! Look at Luke trying to
Whoa, whoa,
advance
whoa.
his agenda.
Oh.
Wow!
Oh snap!
Luke, can
You
you
just
fix
tried
that?
to backdoor us, guys. Wow!
Fixed. You guys all freaked out for nothing.
Wow!
Yeah.
Wow!
That's
I
right.
saw it happen right before my eyes.
I thought I do want to apologize. I thought you guys meant I picked the wrong Megadeth album for Rust in Peace. I'm what? Really?
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
that's not the sophomore album.
Okay.
No.
Up next, another one both in the same vein, very close together. Megadeth's Ride the Lightning versus Oasis. What's the story? Morning Glory.
Megadeth Ride the Lightning?
Yeah,
Did I say Megadeth? Metallica.
You
I'm
said
looking
Megadeth, yeah.
There's so much text.
Don't tell
all
Dave
over-
Mustaine.
All over
Yeah.
my computer. I can't focus right now. Metallica Ride the Lightning over Oasis. What's the story? Morning Glory. Everyone have an answer? Because this, this is a little
I got
trickier
mine.
for me. Yeah.
it's
Yeah, this
tricky
is
for me,
definitely
I'll admit.
harder.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Ride the Lightning. 1, 2, 3. Split. Okay.
Interesting.
And for
Okay,
What's the
interesting.
Story? Morning Glory. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Our first tie.
So-
First tie.
Yeah.
Okay. Crash,
Here we
we'll let
go.
you go first for 30 seconds while I make the poll.
Again, I get Ride the Lightning. It's a classic record, and it is an interesting record that showed Metallica expanding beyond, Kill 'Em All, where it's almost a punk record. It's so heavy. I respect the hell out of it. It's a little hit and miss for me, honestly. I just prefer Master of Puppets when they get perfect, when they get absolutely brilliant. Oasis is What's the Story? Oh my god, that is just Britpop defined for me. I'm not sure I could pick a better... Well, I could pick better Britpop albums, but I don't know, more important Britpop albums? Yeah.
Okay. John, how about you for Oasis?
Extremely culturally significant Britpop album that took what was great about Definitely Maybe and just dialed it up to the biggest, to 11, ready for the stadiums, ready to be played to these crowds of hundreds of thousands of people. The songs sound fantastic. Noel Gallagher and Liam were in their prime at that point, and really the entire band deserves credit for that album. Not to throw too much shade to Metallica here, just not one of my top 3 or even from them.
Okay, fair enough. And Mark, how about you for Oasis or for Metallica? My word is bad. Okay.
I'm glad you brought this up here, John, when it comes to making it sound stadium size, because my God, the compression on What's the Story, Morning Glory has aged that album. It's also bloated as hell. This is an issue I have with Oasis. Look, listen, those songs do not deserve that kind of runtime, especially Metallica that can actually do more in that runtime than I would argue Oasis does. I think the writing is sharper. Ride the Lightning is my favorite of Metallica's albums, and even as a non-thrash fan, it gets the edge.
Okay. I think Ride the Lightning is one of the better steps up for any metal band ever from the Kill 'Em All. And just listening to all that, how much they accomplished, that's when the guitars finally went wild. Everyone forgets about Cliff Burton. You want to hear one of the most best expert metal bassists ever born? Cliff Burton at age, 19? Whatever it was when that came out. I know it wasn't that young, but still.
Young.
Oasis,
baby.
definitely. That is a Britpop top-tier album. I have it. But at the same time, I think Ride the Lightning stands out for so much more of that time frame, just a little bit for me, and for what it accomplished musically. And
Yeah,
that's
all
it.
right.
So,
Again, totally fair. I get it, but...
I think we should just advance Block Party.
No, that's
I'm surprised nobody...
Okay,
that's
thank you guys for
picked
tuning in for
Run
Rock
the City,
Coliseum
too.
live stream. We'll try again in a
I
few
know
months.
Weekend in the City after the run that the last one had. I'm shocked.
We're not putting Weekend Against the City. Yeah, that's the third out of all 3 of these. This is a 3 on all.
Is that a debut album, though? Oh, rats.
Oh, sorry, wrong video.
We're just never going to put it down. We're not. Take that ending soon graphic
Ending
down.
soon. Ending soon. Whoa.
All right. The poll has ended because we got to keep moving. With a whopping 76%, Ride the Lightning moves on. Way bigger of a differential than I thought. That's actually bigger of a split than I thought, though.
Same. Yeah.
I'm not as surprised. Again, I get it. That is one of Metallica's defining records, but I don't know. Give me Master of Puppets. That's just, I don't know.
No, I agree with that, though. Yeah. But still, we move on. Going back to the 2000s with this one. These one are a little bit more closer in the vein, a little bit, and especially in the time frame. The Strokes' Room on Fire versus Gorillaz' Demon Days.
Yeah, I like this one. I like this.
This is a good matchup for how random it turned out to be. So, everyone have an answer.
Yep.
I got mine.
Yeah, it's close, but yeah.
The Strokes' Room on Fire. 1, 2, 3. 1.
Wow.
Fair enough. And Gorillaz' Demon Days. 1, 2, 3. That's my favorite Gorillaz album.
So. Same.
Yeah, same.
John,
Well, no, that's not. Never mind. That's not true. I lied. It's Plastic Beach. I don't know why I lied.
John, any thoughts or any defense that you want to give for the Strokes' Room on Fire?
Any defense? Let's see. I know a lot of people complain about the Strokes' Room on Fire for being too similar to Is This It? But really, I don't know. It's the argument that I can see it, but I also feel like you wouldn't have been happy with the follow-up no matter what you got because they just hit that garage scene at the right time. But the songs on there from Meet Me on the Bathroom to Reptilia is on that album. Some of their best work is there. And I will die on that hill. On that melancholy hill.
Perfect. Okay.
That's the next album, too.
All right. Mark, anything you want to say for Gorillaz before we move on?
Gorillaz is going to go further, so I'm going to save some of my commentary for what that's going to mean. I will say this for Room on Fire. I actually hear the advancement of what it was doing from Is This It onwards. I think that there is a sizable progression. I don't think the production kept up with their progression. I think the production gradually evolved a little bit more. I don't think that garage rock sound fully worked for them. It's more of the same and more of a great the same, but Demon Days is seminal.
Okay. And Crash, how about you?
Honestly, I don't have too much else to add. Again, I have my issues. If this were This Is It, maybe this would be a closer battle because Is This It is just such an amazing record, but I just don't feel like Room on Fire lives up to what Is This It was doing personally. Gorillaz Demon Days, again, even listening to it for just homework listen, it was just a vibe from back to finish. That's going to be a tough one to beat for any record we have on this list, so
I would agree.
Be prepared, people. I think we may have one of our first champs stepping up to the plate.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not the biggest Gorillaz guy, so I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. We move on. Now, we go to two very right in the same time frame, but very different in sound. Blur, Modern Life is Rubbish versus Nine Inch Nails, The Downward Spiral.
I feel there might be something off with the seating. Nowhere near the Downward Spiral's 28.
That's a 28 seed, the underdog.
That
Scrappy Trent Reznor. Oh yeah, just barely getting in.
With this record no one's heard of before.
I'm so happy
the Indiana State of the bracket, Nine Inch Nails. Okay,
I'm so happy the random button works so well. No one can blame me for it. No one.
No.
So
yeah.
All right.
Even Auburn can.
Well, you try. Blur. Oh, do you all have an answer?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Blur, Modern Life is Rubbish. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
More like that
Nine
record
Inch,
is rubbish.
Nine Inch Nails, The Downward Spiral. 1, 2, 3. Bam, 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 bam. Come on now. Come on.
I cannot stand Blur. I'm just going to
30
say it. I can't fucking stand Blur. I think they are annoying. I found this record incredibly painful to sit through. It was just so tedious and dry and just, ew.
See, I liked it fine, but I admit there was some dry spots. I was never felt once, Downward Spiral put me to sleep right now. So
No.
Honestly, I kind of enjoyed this record. It's a lovely little collection of Britpop, especially early Britpop tunes. This was that early 90s Britpop that we didn't really get over here in the States, and it's a nice listen. I don't think it matches up to a lot of the other stuff here, but especially not Nine Inch Nails, especially not
Mark,
the Downward fucking Spiral.
The one thing I will say quickly about this is that I think this is the wrong Blur album to get picked.
Yes.
If this was Park Life, it's closer. And this is one of those situations where it's early Blur that didn't cross over, and it's fine. Like it does not work for me, but I get why it worked at its time.
Fair
at least
enough.
for an audience.
These are good arguments for it too, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, 100%.
another sweep. We move on.
Yeah.
Now it's the beauty of it. Like the screen kind of blocks off what the next one is, so it's a surprise for everyone, including me.
That's what my eye has been kind of drifting towards. What's it going to be?
All right.
All right, up next,
Okay.
Avril Lavigne, Under My Skin versus Foo Fighters, The Color and the Shape.
Oh, damn it.
Ms. Levine, I apologize in advance.
Dave Grohl's, we're gonna break another heart.
Damn, Luke.
Too
soon?
Too soon. Has the child even been born yet?
Yes, that was the whole thing about it. Yes, actually.
All right,
Avril
let's do it.
Lavigne, Under My Skin. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Apologies.
I feel
to
so
Canada.
bad.
Yeah, apologies. to Canada.
Yeah, Mark.
Yeah. And Foo
And he
Fighters,
changed
The
that
Color and the
shirt right
Shape.
before, too.
1, 2, 3.
There goes my hero. Watch her as she goes.
Any thoughts about this one?
You know, I will say, I honestly felt kind of bad for Avril listening to this album because I could just see the asshole producer in the room with her just saying, new metal and dark music is hot right now. This album needs to be darker. You need to be Amy Lee. And I just see Avril Lavigne going, I'm Avril fucking Lavigne. I don't write Evanescence music. And do it It's like, okay. And
Even
she
Avril
tried her
Lee can't
best.
write that anymore.
She tried, but
The thing is,
I don't
the
know.
album is not bad by any means. I think Under My Skin is Avril Lavigne's best album. I stand by that.
I agree.
Okay.
I think it's a great album.
I do too.
I think it's a damn good album.
Yeah, I think it's a little bloated on the back half. That's the
Sure.
thing with albums in the 2000s. I think the production doesn't always do her as many favors, and she's following Let Go, which was so stacked with singles, complicated.
Yeah.
I'm With You, Skater
Losing
Boy.
Grip.
Yeah.
Again, this was inevitably going to be a come down release for her. I kind of feel bad, but again, you're up against the Foo Fighters' best album. Like,
Yeah.
sorry.
Sorry.
Disagree, but yeah.
I know.
Any other
We have
thoughts?
to-
Wasting light.
I know.
That's a good argument, yes. But and for me also, that is peak '90s alt rock. Foo Fighters Cold Shape. Avril just got a bad luck seed. That's it.
Yeah.
It's also where the Foo Fighters became. It's where the Foo Fighters became a band because
A real
album
band.
1 was just Dave Grohl,
Yeah.
Recording all of the instruments and vocals
And this is
and
coming
stuff.
from
So
someone
this
who's
is
not. Yeah, and this is coming from someone who's not a big Avril fan at all. And even I could say,
Yeah.
this is like she got a bad luck seed for this. So
yeah.
moving on.
Or Avril.
Poor Avril.
Pour one out for Avril.
Yeah.
All right. Up next, also, my wife chimed in saying, "Wow, all the Avril hate. I'm entering enemy territory." No,
It's not hate.
I got
It's
it on
not
vinyl,
hate.
Gretchen. I have it on
It's-
white vinyl pressing right over there. I promise.
We move on. Ooh, I don't know what the second band is yet. The Mars Volta, Francis the Mute versus Fallout Boys from Under the Cork Tree.
Same year, though.
I'm
Yes,
sorry, Luke.
5.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Sorry,
Weird.
All righty,
Huh.
everyone have
Sorry.
a choice.
Yeah, sorry, Luke.
Oh, are you okay? Sorry, we're not friends anymore. Okay, everyone have an answer.
Yeah.
All right.
I think I do.
Okay,
I do.
Okay. The Mars Volta, Francis the Mute. 1, 2, 3. Yes, Crash. Yes.
Okay. I know.
Absolutely.
See. Yep. I had a feeling.
Oh, and Fallout Boy from Under the Cork Tree, which is a great Fallout Boy album. 1, 2, 3. We have a tie.
We have a tie. I'm kind of shocked, but I get it.
I am and I'm not at the same time. I feel like this
I am
makes
and I'm
sense.
not
to tie.
either.
While I make the
Yeah.
poll, John, why don't you go first? 30 seconds.
I'm mad as hell at Mars Volta right now. I saw them open for Deftones, and they played an entire new album that nobody's fucking heard in a stadium, and it sounded awful. It
That's
sounded
exactly
awful.
what they do.
didn't talk. They didn't stop and talk to the crowd one time. They didn't say one word to the audience, and
That's
then they
fine.
just stopped and left.
That's such
And
a
they played the new album. Oh.
There was not a single old song played. Not a single old song played.
That is such
But
a Cedric
I
and
do
Omar
like
thing to do.
But I
Okay,
will
I guess,
say
yeah.
that as much as I don't love Francis the Mute, and I find it to be kind of inconsistent with the kind of weird proggy experimentation that it goes for, I don't know. Cork Tree is just such a seminal album for me.
Okay.
That
I'm still making the
All
poll,
right.
by the way. John, Mark, go ahead. Mark, go ahead.
I'll hop in. I think that this is actually my first deep dive into Francis the Mute. It's good. I find it obtuse. I think even the Mars Volta fans will admit that. From Under the Cork Tree, I have issues with that album. Me and John have gone back and forth on this. I think Infinity on High is better. I think Folie à Dieu is better. But at the same time, it's tighter. It doesn't even Fall Out Boy's brand of obtuse is there too as well. It just connects stronger with me.
Fair enough.
Is that more than what you bargained for yet?
Heaven's just a scab away. See, it doesn't flow as well when I pull one-liners from Francis the Mute, but that's okay. Crash, how about you?
So here's what kind of leveled it out for me. I love From Under the Cork Tree, okay? It's one of Fall Out Boy's best records. I'd still say Infinity on High is better, personally.
It is.
But, man, it is a hell of a bop. My thing is, listening to it, I don't know, some of the singles still blow me away, but some of those deep cuts aren't as impressive as I remember them being. I walked away from that album a little mildly disappointed, just very mildly disappointed. I put on Francis the Mute and I was pleasantly surprised how much that grew on me, because yes, it's obtuse, but purposefully so, and God, it is just a mind melter of a record. I love how crazy it gets. That's just kind of where I'm at with that.
The insanity of it is one of the best parts, but at the same time, also how it was created, what tips it over for me. This was an album based off a journal found in a car from a repoed car. They worked with half of it and said, let's make lyrics and make a whole story out of this for the rest. And they made some of the best music that was wildly creative and completely unhinged for Omar. Some of the guitar work there still holds up to any guitars today. So many positives. And also,
see that?
Yeah, also, Fall Out Boy, this is one of their best records. 2000s Fall Out Boy, peak Fall Out Boy.
I will say Cork Tree, I think, is one of the best pop punk records ever. I really feel that way. I think Infinity, as much as it is kind of still pop punk, kind of transcended it. Yeah, exactly.
That's fair. That's fair.
Cork Tree was kind of a defining umbrella for the pop punk scene.
All right.
Sure. Good.
So what's
to the poll?
What did it break down?
At a 53%, we have From Under the Cork Tree, that close. And we would like.
I'm shocked it's this close.
I would like to thank you all for tuning in to another Rock Coliseum. We will see you in a few months for the next one. Thank you so much.
You just can't win, my man. I'm so sorry.
I'm wearing the Mars Volta hoodie right now that I was sent. You see that? That's the logo.
Rips it off, throws it.
Just stamps away.
It's fine.
Look, the album I selected is going to get knocked out in the first round. I know it. So
mine won't.
I don't know where mine's seated yet, so I guess we'll see.
You know what? At least it came down to a tie and a very close split. This was not
close.
This was not this was not the one-sided shenanigans like last year. I can't be too mad.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Nope.
All right, fine.
Saying you're ending soon.
I know. I did that as a joke.
Yeah, he did. He's been doing that all night. He's been doing that every time we piss him off.
Every time, I instead of throwing a fit, I'm just going to say, "Okay, thanks for tuning in, everybody."
Got you. Okay.
Up next, heavy hitter, Pearl Jam versus against Stone Temple Pilots. Purple. That is brutal.
Oh man!
Oh, you gotta be kidding!
Damn it!
You gotta be kidding! Are you sure this was random? This feels targeted.
I like it.
This feels targeted.
That random button said, "Oh, you think I'm going to do this just to make it easy?" That is brutal.
No.
I got it. I got my pick.
I have an answer.
So do I.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It's if the hand of order says like, no, these two belong here. There you go. Pearl Jam versus 1, 2, 3.
Oh, but I'm pouring one out for Purple, baby.
Purple's
I
great,
love that
by the
record.
way. So, and for Purple, 1, 2, 3.
I don't have a drink, or else I'd pour one out.
I know.
Like, yeah.
Man.
John, for Purple, anything you'd like to say? 30 seconds.
I don't know. I'm not the biggest Pearl Jam guy, and Versus definitely gave me more than I expected upon revisiting it, and I think that there's a lot stronger deep cuts than I initially gave it credit for. Purple is just timeless to me. It's such a fantastic grunge album. I don't think it's the best STP. I would say that is Tiny Music, but it showcased their growth so much from Core. You know, it really did.
Yes.
And it's just, you know, as popular as they are, they're still underrated in terms of like, you know, they weren't in the big four or whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Mark, how about for Versus?
I want to say a couple things about Stone Temple Pilots. I don't think I've ever talked about them before. I've never been the biggest STP fan. I got to be honest. Like, I find the writing not really engaging for that brand of grunge. Like, it's good, but in a different era, these guys would make roots rock or hair metal. Like, I don't think that these guys. I think the writing is what holds it back. Versus I was shocked by how much that album grew on me. There is a diversity. There's a rootsier feel I really love. The production's phenomenal. Yeah, I really loved going back to Versus. Really happy with that album.
Very nice. Crash, how about you? 30 seconds.
See, again, Purple. I love Purple so much because, like John said, that is the album. Stone Temple Pilots got a lot of flack in the day for being rip-offs. Danzig sued them because he thought he was ripping off one of their songs. People thought, okay, these guys are just piggybacking, and they proved they weren't on Purple. So more power to them for that. But Versus is like a perfect goddamn record. The production, the lyrical quality, the growth. It's such a shame that Pearl Jam got screwed over by Ticketmaster, 1, so they couldn't promote this album properly, and 2, got traumatized into making more videos, so they couldn't promote this album properly. Go back to it. It will shock you how much it holds up.
And I just want to say very briefly, like with the heyday of grunge and how much Pearl Jam exploded with their debut, Versus was the one album that proved that this is a big grunge, one of the big grunge 4 that can absolutely keep going and not do just grunge. Stone Temple Pilots stuck to their sound mostly all the way until the band kind of dissolved and Scott dissolved as well. I don't know how else to say it. But at the same time, Purple is great. That is 90s. That is core 90s. Versus, though, is such a step above so many, just grunge and post-grunge and alt in the 90s. There's so much there. So
also laid so much foundation for mythology as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Another album y'all need to check out if you haven't.
Agreed.
Alrighty.
One small. Can I toss out one small thing?
Sure.
In high school, when I worshipped Purple, I used to know every word to the hidden track, 12 Precious Melodies.
Were you allowed to listen to that in high school?
I wasn't allowed, but I still did.
Of all albums, by the way, Stone Temple Pilots Purple, is that real? That's the one that gets you grounded?
Oh, you should have.
In Christian school, yes.
I know.
Yeah, in Christian school?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I once got in trouble for having a POD album. That is no joke. I think I've probably told this story on stream, before.
To be fair, Crash, you should have gotten in trouble for the POD album.
That is fair. Ooh. That is 100% fair.
We move on. We're actually making pretty good progress for all we've done so far. This is really good. Thank you, guys. We did hit our 100 like goal. We will do a round of Festival Rock for Pop after this 32 bracket. Thank you so much. Keep your super chats coming. We will get through them as soon as we get through the bracket stuff. Up next, Paramore's Riot versus Tool's Aenima.
Oh, not close.
So
okay.
I just want to say, no matter what answer we give, the chat's going to be upset. There.
We are in trouble. Yep.
It should be.
I don't know. We'll see.
Oh my God. We are going to get so yelled at. All of us.
But we're telling the truth.
Yeah, no, honesty matters, even though we suffer for it.
We're telling our truth. Please remember that.
Close to me. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
No,
honestly, it's not close for me either, but
I
think I still might be disappointed by my answer.
See, the chat's already having a fit with both sides. So, does everyone, the 4 of us, have an answer?
Yep.
All right. In the order I see them, Paramore's Riots. 1, 2, 3.
Top 10 anime betrayals, but
yeah.
And that moves on. Tool's Aenima. 1, 2, 3. I'll be very brief about mine. Tool's Aenima is the deep guttural Tool. Like, this is the hypnotic, confusing parents about being satanic Tool with all the music. The lyrics do not hold up one a bit. This is probably the weakest lyric album Tool's ever done, but the music is such a transformative
thing. Pretty rough.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Paramore's Riots was a staple of the 2000s, the later 2000s. That set a band on fire. They deserved everything and then some for that. And so much of it still holds up. More so than Tool. By the way, Tool's one of my favorite bands, and that's not my favorite Tool album. Paramore's Riot is a lot of Paramore fans' favorite album.
I don't even think I'm a huge. Maybe I might be the resident. Okay, so Riot is not my favorite Paramore album. I would give that to Brand New Eyes, but Riot showed such a growth between their debut, All We Know Is Falling, to that. Like, my God, the songwriting, the production, everything was not just like, halfway better. It was like 12 times better. The choruses, the hooks, the guitars. There was so much, I think, chemistry between Josh Farrow, their guitarist, co-songwriter, and Haley Williams at that time that it just resulted in some of their best songs, whether that be singles, like That's What You Get. But deep cuts, fences, come on. There's so many. For a Pessimist, I could keep going, but
Crash, how about you for Paramore?
I'll keep this short and sweet because again, it falls down to my re-listen of these albums. Re-listening to Tool, again, I was reminded of how much it's aged. A lot of those lyrics. The fucking title track is just boomer ass whining, Gen X ass. I hate everything. I'm a cynical bastard. And a lot of the transitionary tracks, the fuck around tracks. Why the fuck is Ions on this thing? Useful idiot, really? You're gonna put that and make it a track? It's full of. I walked away from that album.
Sure.
Again, surprisingly disappointed in places. Good stuff on it for sure, but just mildly.
Yeah.
I walked away from Paramore pleasantly surprised. Even the deep cuts still are pretty damn good on that.
I'll get back on that one thing just a second. Mark, go ahead for Paramore and Tool if you want.
I'll be very quick here. I'm not a Tool fan at all. This was not close. That said, Riot has aged. There's a reason Hayley Williams does not play Misery Business live, even if I think she
does.
could.
She went back to doing it recently.
She changed things about it,
Yeah,
I know. I think it is. I still stand by that being Paramore's best album. I actually stand by Aenima being Tool's best album as well. I think there's a level of weird, like edgy, heavy complexity that works, but it's incredibly uneven and way too goddamn long.
Yeah, the length absolutely kills it with the lyrics.
I'm used to Tool being way too long. I just want to capitalize on one more thing before we move on. All the music for Tool albums is written first, and then Lander comes in later and does the lyrics. His immaturity and dork writing, thinking he's hilarious, is what salts and kind of oversalts that album, in my opinion. I'm a fan of the music, but you're right. So much of that does not hold up even 10 years after. So,
if it was Lateralis, it would have been a different argument.
Well, that would have been slam dunk.
Okay. Yeah.
Even
precisely.
Even 10,000 days and something like
that.
I
have.
So.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, still.
However, Paramore family moves on, so I'm not upset about that.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Up next, we're getting close to the end of the bracket for the first round, which is good. So, Sum 41, Does This Look Infected? Versus, why aren't you going? My Chemical Romance, 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge.
Oh, not fair.
I told y'all.
Ooh, uh-oh.
This really is the anti-Canada random button, apparently.
I am,
Alrighty. The now defunct Sum 41 who have just retired in honor. Let's see what they get. Does this look infected? 1, 2, 3.
Mark, I'm so sorry.
That infection took.
I noticed your thumb isn't up either, so.
I know.
My Chemical Romance, 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge. 1, 2, 3.
Not close.
I love Does This Look Infected? I love it. Come on now. Come on.
Like, come on now.
Let me be the Canadian and step up with this. Does This Look Infected has aged shockingly well.
Yes.
It's it's solid hardcore. I don't think it's great hardcore, but I think it's solid for what it is. I think it's tight as hell. It's immature, but in the way that brand of punk can get away with. And it's, again, the production is really good.
Yeah.
But it's up against MCR and, like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Anyone else want to go? It's a sweep. Does anyone else want to go?
I just think that Sum 41 are, for as great as they were never at the level of writing lyrics and just songs at the level that My Chemical Romance were. They did as much as, you've got Dave Brownsound in the band, and he's a fantastic guitarist, but in MCR, you've got 2 incredible guitarists that are just going off, and this is, for many people, their classic album. And for me, The Black Parade is a little better, but 3 Cheers, top to bottom, does not stop, does not rest.
Yeah.
No skips.
What can I say? I'm not okay, if you can't tell.
Everybody's got their problems. I don't think that's on that album, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm not as good with the lyric one-liners when I'm trying to do all this other stuff live. Just pretend I said something witty. Ha, 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 ha. Perfect. Thank you so much. Awesome. I hope my wife is rolling her eyes at the fact that I just gave myself applause for my own bad joke. I really hope that.
I know Gretchen is.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Ghost-Infestissuman versus System of a Down's Toxicity.
Ooh. Not interesting.
Interesting. Oh, poor Luke.
Luke.
Yeah.
Luke is just not having an easy night.
I'm not mad at any of you. I'm mad at the randomizer.
This randomizer has it out for you.
hates you, Luke. Yes. Oh,
Fuck you in
God.
particular.
Oh,
Who's
poor
the
guy.
moron that had this idea? I'd like to slap him in the face.
Yeah, right.
Go for it.
Oh, yeah.
I love Gretchen in the chat. She is just throwing all
Husband.
the shade.
Husband.
She is making her opinion known.
Drop a husband in the chat.
Ooh, boy.
Husband.
Yes, dear.
see
She's
her.
right off. So she's right off screen. Would you like to say anything to the camera before we make our choice?
Oh, yeah. Oh, she's.
I don't know if everyone could see that on stream. She's giving me the look like doing this.
She's giving you the Robert De Niro eyes. The Robert De Niro eyes. Oh my God.
Yeah, you were. On
You know what to
when you
do.
did that. All right.
Ominous.
Ghost. Does everyone have an answer?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I did.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Ghost-Infestissuman. 1, 2, 3.
I had a feeling. Yeah. Oh. Oh no. Oh, Luke's gonna have to
He had
bolt
his
the door.
Did I see car keys in his hand? I don't think he's coming
Oh,
back,
boy.
guys.
I don't think. Yeah, I think we're on our own here, folks.
All right. Well, I guess let's see. I guess Paramore's Riot is the winner. So thanks for tuning in, guys.
Oh no.
Even Ivan is scared right now. Husband? No, Gretchen, you can't make a joke out of that for being banned as a husband.
Can you Can you ban him from his own channel, Gretchen, as a mod?
It's a sweep very quickly. This is not my favorite Ghost album. If this was one of the later albums after Infestissuman, the next two, in fact, this
Yeah.
would have been probably the Ghost winner. Toxicity takes over Infestissuman, though. That's it.
It's toxicity.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I really loved my re-listen of Infestissuman.
So did
I have
I.
trouble saying that word.
I
sorry,
enjoyed it
but
too.
Yeah, no, it's a great record. I don't think that record gets the love it deserves. Honestly,
it's
there's a lot
it's not
of
a
good
single heavy. That's why.
Yeah, it's not single heavy, but it's fun. It's a fun record. Again, it got
Yeah.
fucked over by the seed though. Just not much is beating Toxicity. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that could be a Final Four right there. I could see
Toxicity isn't a perfect record either.
Yeah.
Toxicity
It's
has
not.
its
It's not.
issues too. It's
No,
very,
talk to
very
me
much,
about it.
very much so.
But I just,
But-
but also, again, if it was one of the next two Ghost albums, that would have won. Toxicity
Yeah.
wins this battle, though. Love both.
Yeah.
Also, Gretchen just said, I don't even get the couch. I get the garage to sleep in tonight.
Ow. Sorry, buddy.
Ooh.
Maybe there's a nice couch in the garage.
There's not.
There's not.
Well, there's the car. Just go turn it on.
Don't worry. Don't worry, Gretchen. My album's got knocked out first round, too. It's okay, right?
This is Luke. This is year 0 of your marriage.
Oh.
I got one in.
For those who are not aware, Gretchen and my first dance was to a Ghost song at our wedding. So,
Yep.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm aware.
Yep, rats.
Yeah. Yes, that's what it was. Square hammer. That's what it was in front of my mom and dad. Yes.
Are you on the square?
Up next, please take the pressure off me. Linkin Park's Meteora versus the All-American Rejects. Move, I can't even say it. Come on.
You can't speak properly.
Okay.
.exe has stopped responding.
The All-American
Okay.
Rejects move along. Linkin Park's Meteora. Does everyone have an answer?
Good.
Yeah.
God, that's not fair. Hey,
Yep.
good God, it's not fair. It's not fair. I love both of these records, but it's not fair because it's not close.
Linkin Park Meteora. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Again, the seed, baby. The seed.
It's
the
the
seed
seeding.
giveth. The seed taketh away.
Let
And
me
it just
say
took-
this though. Move Along was way better than I thought it was. Like
I
going back to
agree.
revisit.
My re-
Oh,
that was my
I
re-
love this
That was like
album.
my first
Let-
re-listen in 20 years, and I was like, wow, this is way more refreshing than I thought it was going to be.
I
Oh,
thought
shit.
I thought the reputation of that album being single heavy was going to be consistent. No, there are deep
No,
cuts on that album that work.
Yep.
Okay. So I know I voted for the other one, but I'm going to use my time here to talk about Move Along because it's exiting.
Oh yeah, I feel you.
This is a great fucking album. I never stopped listening to this album. This is one of my defining records. 2005. There's a lot of 2005 albums on this list. That was the year that I got into music. So I just think that, like Mark said, for as many great singles as there are, 11:11 p.m., Dance Inside, there's so many deep cuts on this album that go above and beyond with some great production. Top of the World, that track, Burnout Revenge players, you know me, but my God. It's stacked. It's just not Meteora.
We'll be
stacked.
brief. Crash, any thoughts?
Oh, I was also pleasantly surprised by how much I ended up liking Move Along. Again, with Mark, I remember the singles from that album. I remember it being like a singles heavy record. And coming back to it, I was like, wow, this does have the tunes. This does have a lot of weight and swagger to it. You know, if this gets put up against something interesting, I can't wait to defend this thing. Too bad it was Meteora. Again, the seed giveth, the seed taketh away.
I know, I was ready to vote for it too, but...
Yeah.
So what I've done also is I kind of blew it up in the background so that way people can't predict the next round as easily, so they'll forget. Some of the next round matches are insane. So
are pretty nuts. I've already seen some of them. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
So down. Up next, Anberlin's Never Take Friendship Personal versus Coldplay's A Rush of Blood to the Head.
Okay.
Okay. You know
why they got to
Honestly, I get, this pairing works better than some of the others on here.
That I agree with. John, I'm with you. This is interesting. This is interesting.
It's not, this is not apples and oranges. In fact, I think this kind of makes sense to me.
Oh, it does make sense. It's just wildly
it's in the same ballpark, but it's still
for sure.
It's in the same ballpark, but one's hitting home runs and the other's about to strike out.
Hitting singles. They're hitting singles. Hitting singles.
Yes, that is fair. Anberlin, Never Take Friendship Personal. 1, 2, 3. This is one of Coldplay's best albums, guys.
Yeah.
A Rush of Blood to the Head. 1, 2, 3. Come on.
No, not close.
Anyone have any thoughts? We'll be brief about this one. Anyone have any thoughts they want to put in?
I'll put in my thoughts quickly. Crash, because just quickly. Luke, you and I did our Coldplay tier list
years ago. Yep.
And this was in our gold. Right below tier.
Yeah, it was gold. No, I think we put it in gold or silver. What are the two?
Yeah, it was gold and deservingly so. This album is excellent. I've seen Coldplay live. The songs convey live. You haven't lived until you've seen Politic go off live because it does go off. So, yeah.
Okay. John, Crash, anything you want to add?
Crash, you look like you wanted to.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I do. Again, John and I, the Christian school kids, we can talk to you about this record, okay?
Oh, we can talk about Anberlin. We can talk about it.
We can talk about Anberlin, baby. Oh yeah. The thing is, if you were a kid, you went to Christian school or you went to church or you were in those circles and you heard this record, it makes sense. It's great for what it is. It's got tunes. Exactly. It's an album that evokes great memories of youth group. But here's the thing. It's aged like milk. It honestly has.
Some of
it's just very melodramatic and very teenagery.
Not extremely teen. Yeah,
the singles hold up. The singles do hold up, but the rest of it, I agree with. It is just,
I think,
flat.
There's a couple of great songs on there. I really think that there are some good songs, and even the ones that are super cheesy. I have some nostalgia for, but I can't let my rose-tinted glasses make me pretend that this is, great.
Yeah,
right. Because it's in no world is it. A Day Late, though, great song, and fuck Anberlin for recasting Stephen Christian with Maddie Mullins from Memphis.
I remember when I told you guys that, and you didn't you didn't believe it, and now they're making a full new album again, and it's weird.
Nah.
That broke John, apparently.
We lost John, yeah. That was so bad. That was so bad we broke John.
Man, he really hates Maddie Mullins. Wow. I'm just gonna say really quick. I do like Anberlin. I always I've been a fan for a while. You're back, John. You're back.
You're back.
Okay.
You got so angry that your computer
Crashed out.
shorted. So.
My computer literally crashed out.
So, final thing, I'll just say, Feel Good Drag, top tier Anberlin song, especially live. But there's so much of that album that's flat. You can play A Rush of Blood to the Head front to back any day, and I'm fine.
Yeah.
That's
Production
good
on
Coldplay.
Anberlin's album also is just not good. The
No,
production
it's
is
not.
really,
They didn't have the
it's
budget.
really not good.
Very bad.
That was
That was
nail
Aaron
budget.
Sprinkle,
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah,
was-
tooth
yeah.
and nail. Yeah.
That was tooth and nail budget.
Yeah.
Come on, that's not much. So
Well, okay.
No.
early tooth and nail too. So
I'm glad you guys opened that door for me because this is the first time I heard that Anberlin album front to back. Holy God, it's produced like ass. The drums
It
have
is.
no power. The groove is dog shit. Like it's very much mid 2000s radio rock, but not in a way that's tasteful or interesting. Like the big thing that really had me walk away from that, I'm like, wow, this is not interesting. Like it goes in one ear and out the other. It's not produced to actually sound great. And even this, like I'll say this about Coldplay. Coldplay's making soft rock. It's wimpy, but it sticks with you.
it does.
It's
Yeah.
produced to stick with you.
We spent a lot of time on a
Yeah.
sweep. I'll just add this too. I know, but this is good era Coldplay. This is great era Coldplay. In the
Yeah.
2000s, Coldplay dominated. I know after the turn
Yeah.
of that decade, things slowly went downhill, to be polite about it. But
Yeah.
come on, guys, that's
But-
a hard one. But up
Clocks
next,
clears the entire Anberlin album. I'm going to say it.
Just Clocks is the one
Clocks
song
is
on the
it, one
album.
song.
Yep.
Okay, up next,
I won't even fight you on it. No.
Up next, Idols, Joy as an Act of Resistance versus Arctic Monkeys' Favorite Worst Nightmare.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh, I'm
Good
excited.
God. Good God. Yep.
I like the matchup just for what it entails. I have an answer.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Do you
I do.
guys have
I
an
re-
answer?
I got
really feel
mine.
like I'm going to be alone here. I hope I'm wrong.
Sorry,
I hope
John.
I'm wrong.
Alrighty,
I hope I'm fucking wrong because
Idols, Joy
guess
is an
we'll
Act of
see.
Resistance. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Well, we
All right,
lost
yeah,
again.
John. Oh.
Oh yeah,
Luke,
John.
Luke, throw up that ending soon.
All right,
Tyler.
guys,
Yeah,
we'll
man,
try again
we're
in a
gonna
few
have to-
months.
yeah.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. It's time for Rock Coliseum Madness. Thank you.
ain't no way.
Oh, I'm so sorry, John. Oh.
It's just because this is Idol's best. That's my
is.
argument. What Idols
yeah.
brought to this. And Arctic Monkeys, it's so great, but Idols had so much energy and so much vibrance in that album.
I'm going to throw John a bone here because Favorite Worst Nightmare is my favorite Arctic Monkeys album. I stand by that.
Okay.
I will also say the album held up better than I expected. I am not an Arctic Monkeys fan. I think that they fall into very weird territory for me. I just can't connect with the songwriting. And Alex Turner's vibe just kind of feels mildly rancid in a very specific British way. Yeah, and but I can only say that because Idols is also British and lands that vibe better.
There you go.
I mean, yeah.
Crash, any thoughts for Idols?
I will say again, I'll also throw Arctic Monkeys a bone. I was pleasantly surprised by this album. Again, it was interesting to see where the Arctic Monkeys grew from the first record. They developed a lot. I was super impressed. I also don't think the Arctic Monkeys get good until around like Humbug or like album 4. I forget what that one's called.
couldn't
But
see.
yeah,
You don't
I
think they
couldn't
got
see-
good
yeah.
until AM?
I don't think they got great
Album
until.
what?
I don't think they got like
gasket over here.
fantastic. But it's again, Idols. Joy's an Act of Resistance was my album of the year when that album came out. I got much better things to say later on in the bracket when we get to it. So,
Okay.
John, are we still friends? And why for Favorite Worst Nightmare?
Oh yeah, I'm just tweaking a little.
Are your eyes
problem.
okay?
Yeah, they're good. They're good. No worries. No worries. Here's the thing, guys. They won here, but Arctic Monkeys' popularity speaks for itself, and I will accept this L with grace.
That's a very polite way to do it, too. Very nice.
Yep.
Fair. We move on. Was that the... Nope, we got to keep going.
Yeah, this next one's going to hurt me.
Nirvana's
I'm sorry,
Nevermind
ooh,
versus... Oh, sorry. Nirvana Nevermind versus Frank Turner, Love, Ire, and Song.
Oh, it is gonna hurt you, Lou.
Yeah.
Mark. It is gonna hurt.
I know. Okay. Yep. I have a pick for this. So
It sucks, but at least I'm not the only one getting dunked on by the random bracket. So Nirvana's Nevermind. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Sorry.
It's
I
a
know.
sweet, yeah, and Frank Turner, Love, Iron Song. 1, 2, 3. That's fine. Mark, 30 seconds. Praise Iron Song, please.
Love Iron Song was literally number 2 in my bracket. It's Nevermind was number 3. Like
That's brutal.
It's a high tier issue of bad seating. It happens. Yes. Love Iron Song is one of the best written albums of the 2000s. It is phenomenal front to back. There's a level of technical diversity and writing that I don't think is often prevalent on the majority of albums on this list. I think there is a real punch to it that often goes under mistake. It is Frank Turner's best album and balances his elements of Celtic folk, punk masterfully.
Okay. Great answer for that. Do any of us want to have an argument for Nevermind, or do we want to save that for next time? Because
no, you don't need it.
Yeah, we can save it. I just wanted to add for Frank Turner that I had not heard that record in a long time, and it is fucking phenomenal. It's a really great album. It's got so much punch and so much vivacious life in there.
Oh, yeah.
And also a lot of kind of depressing and sad stuff lyrically, but there's just there's a core strength in that album. There's so much heart. It's bursting at the seams. Please check it out if you haven't heard it.
Exactly. I have no problem with it losing to Nevermind. It's losing to Nevermind.
Right.
Crash, anything you want to say?
Mark, maybe if I'd heard Love Iron Song when I was 6 years old, it would resonate with me as much as it does. But Cobain got to me first, dog. I'm sorry.
No worries. I get it.
Yeah. Alrighty. We then move on. The Smashing Pumpkins, Siamese Dream versus... Come on. Because we're at the bottom, that's why I gotta slow down. Rage Against the Machine, Evil Empire. This is the last round for this bracket.
Ooh, that's okay.
The Smashing Pumpkins, Siamese Dream versus Rage Against the Machine's Evil Empire.
What the?
Okay, I got it.
Luke. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Everything okay?
Yeah.
I was just saying, did Doolittle ever show up?
Yes, it did. Very early. It was a sweep.
Yeah, it was a sweep.
Okay,
we didn't stick on it.
I must have already.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Crash. It was the second round. Doolittle beat Megadeth-Peace Sales, but who's buying?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, it was because it was Megadeth. Yeah. Okay, that's why I was like,
Nobody cares about that.
oh God, did we?
Yeah,
miss-
exactly.
Okay. I am so sorry, guys.
It's okay. Did that give everyone enough time to do Smashing Pumpkins and Rage?
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Smashing Pumpkins. Yeah.
Yep.
Siamese Dream. 1, 2, 3. 1.
Really?
Okay. I was like, somebody's gonna stick up.
I at least get it. I'm not going to argue that one. Evil Empire. 1, 2, 3.
But it is Evil Empire.
It's Evil Empire. That's my hard thing. John, anything you want to say for Siamese Dream?
Sorry, John.
I think Evil Empire is a little overrated. I don't think it's the best Rage Against the Machine record. I think it has some flow issues and it gets a little redundant in places. That being said, it's still a great album that I really enjoy, but Siamese Dream I had not listened to in full in years. And I had such a good time with it that I actually ended up ordering the vinyl. So, that pretty much
that's fine.
That should probably tell you right there.
I just think Evil Empire, well, I agree. It's not the best Rage album. My favorite's Battle of Los Angeles and then the self-titled original. But Evil Empire has so much passion and anger. I mean, when the single for Bulls on Parade came out years after that, after the first album, I think everyone really realized this is not just a one-album thing for a political statement. This is a band that means something. You have Bulls on Parade, you have Down Rodeo. Siamese Dream is also excellent 90s alt. Not my favorite Smashing Pumpkins album either, but still, I put it for Rage. This one for me, it's personal bias. I admit it, but still, you're never going to beat Tom wailing on a guitar unnaturally while Zach is screaming about the system. So, Crash, how about you?
Again, with I do love Siamese Dream, especially compared to Gish. Again, I listen to a lot of First records as part of my homework too, and man, the improvements over Gish are very noticeable. The problem with Siamese Dream for me, it's a little bloaty. It gets a little heavy-handed in places. It's longer than it needs to be, even for an album of that era.
That's Smashing Pumpkins in general.
Yeah,
I would agree.
to be fair.
I would agree that this one used its runtime a lot better than, say, I don't know, Melancholy or even Adore.
Adore.
See,
maybe,
I would
don't
even.
know.
I don't know, even Melancholy, as bloated as that album can be, I still feel like, I don't know, Siamese Dream just kind of lost me in places. Rage Against the Machine, man, I'll talk more in the next round. Holy shit.
Yeah, we all then move on. So yeah, Mark, how about you?
Yeah.
I'll have more to say about Rage in the next round because this is my favorite Rage album, and it connected, I don't know, current political climes. That hits right now for me.
See,
It does.
Yeah, so in a different time, Siamese Dream would have the top. It was closer for me than you might think. One thing I will say about Siamese Dream, I got real sick of Billy Corgan on this album. By the time I got to the very end, like his vocal just started actively grating on me. And I really, and like, there's a tone to this, and I'm like, I think Melancholy is better too. And like, I had to reconcile with that because I've said Siamese Dream is better, but yeah, Melancholy is better. I'll admit that.
yeah. Yeah.
We actually got through the first round significantly faster than last year. I think the
Nice.
time did
Nice.
help.
Good
But-
for us.
So
Good for him.
thank you guys. We got our first round done. Keep the likes coming. We have one round, however, of Festival Rock or Flop.
Oh boy, here we go.
I
Everyone-
love these. These are always fun.
If you watch the podcast The Rock Weekly on Wednesdays on YouTube on this same channel, we like to play a game called Festival Rock or Flop where we book a random radio station festival, 5 bands out of over 200 plus, and see if we would go to that or not, including the chats. We'll have a nice little poll for that too if I can remember to do it right. So, we don't know what these albums are, and I always show the screen so that way everyone knows I'm not cheating. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Your first reward, if we get to 150, we'll do another round also later. Here we go. Please let this not be a disaster. First band for our festival, everybody. Oh, I gotta go here. Sorry, hang tight. I did it wrong. Everything's live. All right, first band for our festival. This is just Coliseum Fest. Band number 1, Coheed and Cambria.
Yeah,
They're fun live. They are.
they are fun live.
They're a mid-card act for me. I'm okay
Sure.
with this.
Yeah, and this is not that we can make the order for who's headlining and everything else.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
band
I'd be
number
all right with that.
band number 2,
Yeah, I'm-
Shinedown. Hope you like
Another-
Pyro.
I do really enjoy some Shinedown here and there. So
This
I'm
is a
still-
radio station festival, by the way.
It is
Yeah.
a radio. Yeah, this
Oh,
is
yeah.
mainstream
How
as
is
hell.
Coheed radio station? That doesn't exist at all.
Oh, they play Coheed on the radio.
they
Oh,
play Coheed
you-
on the
yeah.
radio.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
They do.
I saw
Yeah.
them at a radio show.
Yeah, same. I shot them at a radio station not too long ago, too. So,
I saw them at
Really?
Weedy Roast 2012.
Yep.
number 3.
Believe it or not, that is a thing.
Number 3, we were just talking about them, Stone Temple Pilots with Jeff Goots.
Oh,
See,
I was about to say.
Yeah, modern
Yeah.
Stone Temple Pilots.
Yes.
Ooh, that's a harder sell.
Yeah.
I know.
If they play, you know what? If they play the hits, sure.
I think
Right,
they're,
right.
I think they're
If they
legally
play the
obligated.
hits.
You know, so.
Yeah,
135
you know.
on the ball. Okay.
Number
They're
4.
only
Play
playing the
anything
new
off
album.
those. Yeah,
Oh, man. Number 4,
No.
The Interrupters get a little ska.
Oh,
They're
okay.
fun band. They sound good.
Yeah, this is a radio show, all right, though.
This is a radio show.
This is definitely like Des Moines, Iowa radio station rock festival. Okay?
This is like the county fair.
yes,
I'm not
absolutely.
gonna say. I'm not gonna say what I
I'm-
could say about this because it's gonna be very mean. So
And also, I'm fine with it too. So far, I'm fine with it. Last
Yeah.
band to choose, My Morning Jacket.
okay, I'm gonna say it now. This is a very affordable festival.
That's
Yes.
fair.
Yeah.
See, that's
That's
like
like-
maybe 35. That's like maybe $20-$30.
You know what?
For the whole show. you
Here's
know?
the thing. I say that as partially mocking, but also not really. I would go
No,
to this
like
at a really good time for $35. Actually,
absolutely.
Except it
And
would
I-
never
I-
be
I would-
$35.
I would buy 2 beers for $10 a piece. I would see this. This would be a
This is not a festival. This is not a festival you can get upset with. Come on now. If it came to your
not at all.
town,
You
you're
know
gonna
what you're
agree over
getting
this.
into. You know what you're here
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. In My Morning Jacket would probably headline, and everyone gets stoned in that. Like that would be a vibe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Yeah, this.
The
I don't
intro-
even really like them that much, but they're a vibe live. I have seen them live before.
Incidentally, I believe there's a new My Morning Jacket album that's out right now.
Yeah, it just came
Yeah.
out, and they're going on a big
right,
fatty
yeah.
tour this year.
There's a new Coheed album too.
Yep.
Really?
Vax is
Yep.
3.
Yep.
Number 3.
Yep. I hope you're ready for more plots.
More plots, more storylines. Hooray!
Sorry, I
You're
had
up
to deal
on
with, I had to deal with Stephen Wilson's most recent album.
Wait a
I have
minute,
no,
did you guys not
I have
do-
no patience for
Did you guys
prog
not
right
do
now.
your Coheed homework before the album came out?
Are
You
you,
better
are
study
you
up.
not brushed up on? You're not brushed up on the Armory Wars? What you're telling me that you're not
No, it's-
familiar with every protagonist of the series?
It's not even the Armory Wars. It's a new fucking thing now. Oh my god.
Vaxis.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is album 3.
It's a whole other.
Okay,
It's a
John.
whole other timeline with a whole other consistency and a whole other.
Yeah. Before I read the results, you want to blow you guys your mind? Vaxis 1 came out in 2018, the year we started doing Rock Coliseum.
Ow.
No
That's how long this
kidding.
has been going on. Yes! And I remember that because we talked about it on like one of
So-
the first 2
Oh,
Rock
man.
Coliseums.
Hey, okay, so Luke, I'm going to say something, and I apologize to both you and John for not understanding this. I think I'm a better storyteller than in my D&D campaigns than what's happening in the Coheed and Cambria albums.
Do I have to do
are.
homework, John? Mark, do I have to do homework before I actually understand what's going on?
I don't.
Not
I don't
Coheed
know.
and Cambria.
I could, you know what? I could fill you in. I could fill you in like an evening.
Okay, fine.
You know,
Crib notes,
I could give
fine.
you the cliff notes in a reasonable amount of time. And we've been playing our campaign for like what, Mark, 10 months now, almost a year.
We're coming up on a year, yeah.
We're coming up on a year, yeah. So
All right. Well, it looks like Coliseum Fest is a success with 61% of the audience saying they would go.
Yeah, I'd go to that. Like that's
Come on.
I'd go.
That's a really
You go to
easily-
have fun at something like that. Come on, you talk with your friends, you sit in the lawn.
you know, hold this festival in a place where it's legal, and I'm definitely in.
John
Oh,
is completely
absolutely.
frozen, by the way.
Yeah, I see that.
Oh
Um,
no.
You look like super
Um,
intently focused, by the way.
John
He
saying
is
he's
like-
having Discord issues. He's crashing on his end.
Okay,
Oh,
you're
there
back,
it is.
John. You're back, John.
Oh, there you are.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, it keeps crashing. Sorry, guys.
It might be webcam related.
I don't know what it keeps freezing.
You're fine. You're
Yeah.
fine. Alrighty.
all right.
Keep the super chats coming. Thank you guys so much. We'll get to as many as we can. The rounds are going to go much faster now. We're still doing the
Yeah.
30-second rule, at least for this one. Thank you guys. If we get to 150 likes, we'll do another round of it after this bracket round. Does anyone here need a break?
I'm good.
I wouldn't mind a quick intermission here, really quick.
Take 1 minute.
Just a minute
Take
or
1
two?
minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to put it on the 4 of our smiling faces. Well, 3 now. And crash
Okay.
going over. So, also, thank you guys so much for tuning in for us. This is a unique thing we try to do with the madness going on. I only see on screen right now because I hid it from the actual presentation on OBS. I have the next 2 rounds set up. Yeah, even those look brutal. So,
Oh, those are gonna be rough. I saw those as well. John looks like he reset his Discord, so that
Okay.
might take some.
that's
Oh,
fine.
there we go. Yep.
John, we can see you.
All right.
Okay.
Can I ask a question here for the two of you?
Sure.
Have you guys heard a standout rock album this year?
Yeah, I have. There's a few because I'm a big fan of Spirit Box. I know it's
Okay.
not for everyone, so that's it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll go
yeah.
back to my because I do have a few. A band I like. It was not as good as their date like the last album, but still Spirit World. Oddly enough, Spirit stuff. That's like heavy metal with a Western flair. It's a lot of fun.
Okay.
So that's
All
my
right.
thing also. And what's the other one? Man, this I was gonna say Whitechapel's I enjoyed. That was heavier. Lacuna Coil's album caught me off guard. I enjoyed quite a bit of that. That was a lot darker, and they did some collaboration with Randy Blythe and stuff. It's a lot of fun on that.
Okay, because it's weird. Because my favorite metal albums of this year have all been black metal. The new Sewer album is phenomenal.
I've heard of it. I haven't heard it yet though.
If you like your Celtic folk and black metal infused, I think it's great. New Unrequited, if you like your shoegazy black metal. Unfortunately, the new Death Heaven album is coming out in 2 days, and it's going to blow everyone's.
Yep.
I'm excited.
Unfortunately?
I'm excited.
Unfortunately?
I'm excited. So
Listen,
I wouldn't say
I haven't loved this band since Sunbather, and like again, I know I'm on the outside looking in because I'm one of those black metal purists and shit.
I loved Ordinary Corruption
Yeah.
and Love. So that's my
I did too.
yeah. Also, by the way, no matter if you didn't like Def Heaven before, or if you love them now, or you always loved them, Def Heaven, I'm always going to be excited to check out no matter what they do.
I have too many friends of mine who like Death Heaven and who are probably lurking in this chat and who may also stab me at some point in person. So, I can't rip on them that much, even if they're that 2021 thing where they tried to go full shoegaze was a disaster.
There were good songs on it. I stand by that. So.
Yeah, their drummer
some good songs
to go to a decent band.
Okay,
I mean,
4 out of 5 members, fine, whatever. I still think that's not bad. I mean, the Beatles did that with Ringo, so whatever.
Ringo was a good drummer when he needed to be.
I just compared the Beatles to Def Heaven. That's awesome.
To be fair,
Ringo should join.
The second, my last episode of Billboard Breakdown, I compared Barry Manilow to Playboy Cardi. So,
my comparison.
I
was weird.
need to watch the last episode of. I need to watch that most recent episode.
Trying to
Holy
do the
shit.
mental gymnastics there to get there.
Yeah,
Okay.
same.
it's surprisingly pretty direct, and like it's 26 minutes. Not fun to edit in a single evening. Have fun.
Okay.
Oh, the episode was 26. Oh, okay.
Are we
Yeah.
ready?
Yeah.
For round, are we all
song.
set for round 2? Because
Yeah, I was like, oh, God.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're mentally prepared. Thank you guys so much. Keep hitting the like button. Keep the super chats coming. I'm backing them up too. We'll go through as many as we can after. Again, the rounds are going to go much faster now because it's half the bands each time. Battle
that.
number 1. I know. I'll have the timer. I got the timer going. That saved us a lot of help. So,
Yeah.
Ooh,
round number 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Radiohead-The Bends versus Pixies-Doolittle.
Ooh. 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 I think I got my answer.
I have an answer.
I think.
I do too.
Yeah.
John, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm
Okay.
I'm sad.
Stewing?
So am
that's
I.
fine. Yeah.
I think I'm sad too.
In
but-
order
One
of
of
when I
them's
see
about to
them.
go.
In order. Radiohead-The Bends. 1, 2, 3. It's a split.
Oh, it's a split.
Oh, thank
Okay.
God.
Okay.
And
Okay.
for
How we
Pixies
cooking?
Do-
How we
for the-
cooking with gas?
For the visual, for Pixies-Doolittle. 1, 2, 3.
Ooh, I'm almost glad we
get
tied
it.
on this.
I get it.
I am too. Yeah.
So do I.
Yeah.
So do I.
Okay.
Okay.
Crash, 30 seconds. Why does Doolittle get it?
Again, Doolittle, the Bends is fantastic for what it is, but I feel like the Bends can exist because of the roads that Doolittle paved. Because of it, Doolittle is so influential. Doolittle is so it is so encoded in alternative rock's DNA that you can hear pieces of it. This was one of the first albums I listened to for my homework, and I was like, God, every other alternative leaning album I heard pieces of the Pixies in their sound, in at least one area or another, so it's hard to deny that kind of influence. It really is.
Okay. John, how about you?
Well, you definitely heard it in Nevermind because the Pixies were Cobain's favorite band,
Oh, yeah.
and
Yep.
I'm with Crash in the sense that it's just like you're right. You hear their sound, what they laid down on this record, not just the singles, even some of the stuff that they were doing in the deep cuts, the weirder stuff. It's just that alternative rock haze that definitely shrouded the '90s, but still lives on to this day. You can trace it back to there, and even to their first album, Surfer Rosa, with Steve Albini producing.
Mark, how about you for the Bends?
It would have been closer if it was Surfer Rosa. I'm going to be that guy. Surfer Rosa, more than Doolittle. I think it's got a little bit more edge in that, yes, it is the Steve Albini production. Yeah, I'm that guy. The Bends is my favorite Radiohead album. It is the perfect wallow album. It is the album where you sit in your chair looking blissfully at a cloudy sky and just let it all wash over you. I think that is my quintessential Radiohead experience. I can't argue.
Fair enough. I'm kind of on the same. I'm on the same bench a little bit with the Bends, just because even though they didn't really start evolving into what they became until a little bit later, just a little bit later after the Bends is much more of an experience in evolution as a band, and I put that over what Pixies-Doolittle was, because Doolittle was great for so many great reasons, and this is a brutal matchup. But when I think of Radiohead and all they accomplished with the evolution of the Bends, as opposed to Doolittle being that unique unicorn of the '90s. I think of the Bends more for how much Radiohead worked with and increased
Just throwing a point out there, Doolittle was 89.
89,
It's an
that's right.
80s
Excuse me, 89.
It influenced
Technically.
the 90s.
Oh, I did.
But,
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
It did, we
Yeah.
know.
One was an influence, but another
it
one
was-
was it was an influential album
yeah.
for sure. Okay.
It's within 2 points on my listing here. Like, this is so. Oh,
Ooh.
It's brutal. It's brutal. No, it hurt me too. Again, the Benz is my favorite Radiohead record too, but like,
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I
fucking
can't
love the
deny it.
Benz. I love it,
yeah.
but
so do I. but,
It's a close votes, but with 86 votes, not everyone watching can vote.
ooh,
The Benz wins with 56%, 56 to 43. It's close.
I'm
fair.
glad it was at least close. But
was.
yeah,
I'll be
it's a
honest.
heartbreaker for
I'll
me.
give a little bit of insight into my bracket. Between those two is Meteora.
Ah,
okay.
very nice.
Which one's higher? Oh,
Interesting.
shit.
It's the Benz, Meteora, Doolittle.
Very cool. I like that you ranked them out too.
Yeah,
Up next, you should post
cool.
your own ranking on socials,
Yeah.
by the way, after this is over.
Probably
little
will.
guys up here, comforting me because my
That's
choice
fine.
got knocked out. Thank
Okay,
you.
little guy.
Can you send him over to me, please?
Doolittle is phenomenal. Like, as someone who has not revisited that album in 10 years, Doolittle's so great.
Yeah.
Mhm. It really is.
Okay.
Surprosa is better,
little,
though. Sorry.
Little guy, get ready to comfort some more.
Fair.
Up next, Metallica's Ride the Lightning versus Gorillaz' Demon Days.
Okay. But
Okay.
Not close for me on this one, actually.
It's not close for me either.
Yeah.
Yeah, not close, but
It's close for me.
Get it?
Everyone have an answer?
Yep.
oh yeah.
Okay, good. I'm not stalling because I'm thinking, I promise. Okay. Metallica's Ride the Lightning. 1, 2, 3. Sweep.
Dang.
Wow.
Demon Days
A sweet.
with the
Ooh,
unexpected
okay.
sweep. I'll just start because maybe people will think I was going to go with Metallica.
Yeah.
I've gone back to Demon Days way more than Ride the Lightning. I love Master of Puppets more, but at the same time, Demon Days was such a fantastic record, brimming with creativity. Even the deep cuts, even stuff like Every Planet We Reach is Dead, has such a phenomenal flow to it. Ride the Lightning, thrash, legendary 80s masterpiece. Demon Days stood out above genres. And that's a unique thing for the 2000s. Anything
Yeah,
else?
I think-
It's a sweep,
Yeah.
so anything, just go free for all. So let me know.
So I think, Metallica is, legendary as that album is. I think a lot of times the conversation gets caught up more in how legendary the band was and how big they were than the actual contents of the album itself. The album itself it's not that great. I will be honest. I think that there's great songs on here for sure, but there's ones like Trapped Under Ice that just go on for too long for me, or else have weird production choices. I don't know. Personally, I would probably vote for Demon Days over pretty much any Metallica album, but that's just me.
Crash, Mark, anything you want to go with?
I'll go quickly here. The one thing I will say about Ride the Lightning, I think that is emblematic of 80s metal. I think Demon Days is emblematic of the 2000s in general. I think it is I think the amount of genre blending between hip hop and rock, I think it's damn near perfect. I think the production is phenomenal. And I am a stickler for production. It is so good. The one thing I will say about Ride the Lightning, and the one thing I'm a little, as much as I love that album, I'm not the biggest thrash fan. I'll say the lyrics are.
I can agree with you.
They're Metallica lyrics.
Crash, how about you?
I don't have much else to say that hasn't already been said. Again, I'll just echo that, Ride the Lightning is great for its genre. Gorillaz, Demon Days transcends genre.
That's what I said.
And it also has Dennis Hopper talking about fire coming out of a monkey's head. Ride the Lightning doesn't.
The guest features are incredible. I mean,
They
November has come.
MF Doom, yeah.
MF Doom.
So
If we get to a certain point, if we get to 400 likes, I'll do the rap verses on Feel Good Inc. from memory.
Ooh, nice. Don't stop. Get it.
I'll do the windmill part.
there you go.
I guess I'll do the bass line.
Keep the
Yep.
super chats.
Yeah,
You be Murdoch. You be Murdoch.
Here we go. Up next, we got Nine Inch Nails, The Downward Spiral versus Foo Fighters, The Color and the Shape.
Ooh.
Ouch. Ouchies.
This is where it's all going to be painful, everybody. Yeah, see how this works?
Ooh. Close.
I have an answer, but I get this is close. So
This is razor thin for me. I'm just going to throw that out there.
I hurt myself today. See how it still feels.
Okay.
I think I got my answer.
I do too.
Yeah, I definitely do.
sorry, someone just said no more super chats. I have to correct that. Like, excuse you? No. What the heck?
What?
Yeah, right. Sorry, that kind of caught me by surprise.
I sure hope not.
Yeah, it's like,
No.
excuse you. Okay. All right. Everyone have an answer? Because this is a brutal one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the order I see them, Nine Inch Nails, The Downward Spiral. 1, 2, 3. Boom!
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Real?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not close. It's not close.
I think it's closer, but at the same
I thought
time,
it'd be close.
I feel it was close too, but at the same time, yeah, Nine Inch Nails topples over. So
I get it. I
Yeah.
get it. But here's the thing. Like, Color and the Shape is a great album. It's solid with singles. It is so much fun to put on. I can sing back and listen to Color Shape anytime. The Downward Spiral is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
It is the best Nine Inch Nails album. I don't think it's particularly close. Yeah.
we talk about albums that transcend genre.
yeah,
That's Nine Inch Nails, Downward Spiral, and Foo Fighters' Color Shape is definitely in the vein of '90s alt rock. Like,
Not gonna lie, I re-listened to the Nine Inch Nails Downward Spiral as one of the last albums because I wanted to really savor it. And it's aged well.
It is.
Oh god, yeah.
It really it does. Man, that does not sound like an album that came out in 1993.
94.
94.
Yeah.
Like my
Yeah.
God,
Right?
that you could release that album today and it would still hit.
Yes.
Just-
Yep.
But people don't talk enough about the fact that he went 5 years between debut album
EPs,
to
yeah.
sophomore.
They had
yeah,
the
there
two
was some
EPs,
stuff in
and they
between.
but
They had
he's-
Broken in between and
Broken in between.
But the thing is, though,
Yeah.
this was his cleanup album. This was him trying to get like with the sober. Think of all the
Right.
crap he went through in that 5 years,
sure it was.
guys. So yeah,
Sure, it was.
yep. So here we go. I appreciate the matchup though.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
all
No
right,
kidding.
everything hurts from this point forward, everybody.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm bracing for it.
2 more likes.
Yeah.
We'll do another round of Festival Rock or Flop after this bracket round. By the way, 2 more likes. Here we go.
Bring them in, people. Come on.
Fallout Boys from Under the Cork Tree that beat out the Mars Volta. I'm not bitter. Versus Pearl Jam versus.
Okay.
Luke, you might get your revenge on this one.
Oh,
Yeah, I
this
was
is
about to
the
say, I
revenge.
think y'all got this one.
Absolutely the revenge. Sorry, John.
It's fine. I know what's coming.
Fallout Boy from Under the Cork Tree. 1, 2, 3.
Not
Fair
close.
enough. Pearl Jam versus 1, 2, 3.
I mean, we're falling apart at this halftime, but it is what it is.
John, please defend from Under the Cork Tree. It is a good album. No one's
It's,
denying that.
I said it before. I think it's one of the best pop punk albums ever. It's got, Crash, you were talking about how great the singles were on that record. I mean, 16 Candles, Dance Dance, Sugar We're Going Down. My God, those are all classic tracks. But deep cuts, keep going. Dark Alley, XO, the bonus tracks from that album, even Music and the Misery, Get Busy Living, Get Busy Dying. There's so many deep
like
cuts
that
on that record. I just think it flows pretty immaculately throughout. Nothing against Versus. I'm just throwing a little pity party for myself over here.
I already had it.
You're
I
welcome
get
to it. You're welcome to it.
Yep. Okay, so Mark, how about
We
for
all hate
versus?
you, John.
Oh, someone pushed that sound effect.
Oh,
Mark, how
That
about
was
you?
me.
Again, this is part of my long-standing beef that I have with John, in that I don't think like From Under the Cork Tree is as great as Infinity and High and Fully Adieu. I think Fall Out Boy really evolved over the course of those albums, and honestly, in a similar evolutionary pattern that I think Pearl Jam had. I think Pearl Jam just got rootsier. Their songwriting got a lot more diverse. I think the lyrics are head and shoulders above Fall Out Boy. I hate to say this because, like, I don't think Fall Out Boy's lyrics in that era of the 2000s have aged that well. Even with the presupposition that they are douchebags, like
Yeah.
Go on, Crash.
let me make that point. That's not a downside with Fall Out Boy. That's part of their strength.
Yeah.
The snark.
Yeah, the snark,
Yeah.
the attitude, the edge. But at the same time, I get so much more out of the rootsy stuff from Eddie Vedder. It's not close for me.
That's fair.
Crash, 30 seconds. Anything you want to add for verses?
You know what, John? Again, I want to throw you a bone. I also did pleasantly enjoy like a lot of the B-sides and a lot of the alternate tracks that were left off of Cork Tree. Has good stuff. But Versus on that same bracket has Hold On, one of my favorite Pearl Jam songs ever made. It has Creedy
and
Stomp,
Daughter,
one of their best instrumental songs. And it has Crazy Mary, which is just fun, and it's always nice to see Victoria Williams. Like... you know, it's again, Versus is like a perfect album. Even the stuff that didn't make the album is pretty close to perfect, in my opinion. It's tough to beat.
Man,
I can't be mad.
Yeah, I think it's also just, again, that's how the seating works for it. This is Eddie Vedder completely accepting how much of a musician and craftsmanship you can be, both as a lyricist and a player. Stone Gossard and Mike McCready will never get enough credit for how much good their gutar work was on this album.
Yeah.
They just won't.
100%.
It's so good.
They always think 10, and I get it, they should. There's so much great guitar work on Versus. That alone is worth the listen for a lot of people. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's more nuanced than 10.
yeah, that I
very much.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
so.
No, there's
Yeah.
quite subtlety. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Fair round, though, as they move. Oh, I gotta add this. Pearl Jam to Fall Out Boy. Submit. All right, up next. Paramore's Riot versus My Chemical Romance. 3 cheers for Sweet Revenge.
Oh, my teenage years are going to battle. Let's go.
That's
Off
what
the
you
war.
get when you let your heart win.
When you let your bracket win.
right? Oh,
I'm not okay.
to the left.
Not okay.
I hate random.
Oh, y'all, we're never going home.
brackets.
Never going home. Let's
Never
just
going home,
Let's just do the whole albums.
Oh yeah.
I
That's what-
never.
What's that? We're getting super chats to stop singing? What?
What? Too bad. I'm doing Cemetery
boo.
Drive.
Yeah.
Does everyone have
All
an
right,
answer?
let's keep-
Does everyone have
Sorry,
an answer?
Paramore.
Like I said, that's one answer.
Yeah.
Paramore Riots. 1, 2, 3.
Shockingly
worth-
close. Really
Yeah,
close.
same.
It's not a one-sided David and Goliath battle, but My
No,
Chemical
it's not.
Romance. 3 cheers for Sweet Revenge. 1, 2, 3.
I feel like even Haley Williams might throw
She
this
would
down
have-
too.
She would
said
back up.
as much,
She would
you
back
know?
up Helena
Yeah.
in a heartbeat. Come on now.
Yeah.
So,
Helen in a heartbeat. I like that. That rolls off the tongue.
it does, right? That's my one like quick line for the night. I've been so tongue-tied with 3 screens of text and links that I have to like manage right now.
You're doing great, Luke. You're doing great.
Any thoughts for the sweep? It's a sweep, so anyone have any thoughts they want to say while we go forward?
I think when you have the split between a phenomenal album within its genre and something that transcends it, that's what happens.
Fair enough.
See, we've had a lot of that so far tonight. We really have. It's those albums that go past the genre they're assigned to. Those albums that rise above what they're expected to do are the ones that are winning out. So,
Right. Or else find a new way to innovate within said genre or style.
Exactly. Yes.
bingo.
Someone else just said even Haley would defend this choice. So
Yeah. I don't.
yeah.
I couldn't see her being that mad. I don't even think Haley would say Riot's their best album, so.
She's actually gone on to say that like Riot is one of her least favorite records, but she
yeah,
loves
she
that
said
it's
it.
the little. She loves that it's the one that could. It's the one that that did make the big damn thing happen. So, but again,
Right.
even she's like,
that was the
yeah, I
breakout.
get it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was in the misery. It was in the business of misery.
Let's take it from the top.
Up next. Ooh, System of a Down Toxicity versus Linkin Park's Meteora.
Oh, I'm excited about this one.
Oh, God.
Ooh.
It's like this is like we got punished and we have to figure this out on our own.
I'm looking at Craig's face. It's phenomenal.
May I have like 10 minutes to think about this?
Oh,
I'm gonna need.
No.
Okay.
Could I meditate over this real quick?
Yeah.
Need to get in touch with the higher power for this one.
If only, you know what? If we had enough super chats come in, maybe I'd give you 10 minutes, but they're not coming in enough right now. So no, you'll have to keep going. Does
Hold
everyone
on.
have
Can I look at the track list? I want to look at the track list one more time, really
You
quick
have
on
30,
Toxicity. I'm sorry.
You have 20 seconds to make a decision.
I'm going. I
don't have the
Already
I don't have the
This is-
Jeopardy music queued up, by the way, but you know, so
I'll sing it.
okay.
All right.
I got my
it.
answer
We're
too. All right, in the order I see them. System of a Down, Toxicity. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. I will be the odd man out. I will be the odd man out.
Okay.
I was about to say.
Meteora. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Yes, this is Linkin, my favorite Linkin
it's
Park
that
album,
good.
and it's that
It
high
was like
tier.
right on the bar for me.
And people know how much I love Toxicity, but Meteora is going to win over this just a little bit.
Can I say some good words for Toxicity? Because I've
Yes.
never talked about that album.
Yes.
Toxicity has also aged really well.
Yeah, absolutely. It has.
Even the weird parts have, and that's an accomplishment.
Yeah.
The weird
They're
parts,
two.
the weird parts absolutely have.
Yes.
These are two damn near perfect albums battling here, guys.
I
Keep that in
know
mind.
that. I think the content's really good. I think there's a lot that really stands out. My issue with Toxicity is I think the riffs get a bit stale. I feel like when it comes to Meteora, there's a little bit more sonic diversity, and I think the sequencing on Meteora is a little tighter. The fact that it ends
That I
with
do agree
numb
with, yes.
really helps.
Yeah. I will agree the
yeah.
flow of the track list for Meteora, I didn't really think about it compared to Toxicity. Meteora, that flow from beginning to end really is.
Yeah.
It's 36 minutes. It's a perfect length. It doesn't overstay its welcome in any way. It knows what it is. It tightens up from Hybrid Theory, and it doubled down on everything that made them fucking special in the first place.
And
I completely agree with John. John's entirely right on this. I will also say the production got better, and I will say in comparison with most 2000s albums, the tightness of Meteora is a masterstroke.
And that's not to say Mr. Rubin and Toxicity didn't do a good job with the production.
See,
They
no.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
It is a little brick walled in a sound, you know. We had the loudness board.
That System of a
going,
Down in
but-
general, though. That's
I
not
was
a
about
their
to
sound
say,
no
we're
matter
splitting
what.
hairs at that point. Yeah, we're splitting hairs at that point. It
So-
really isn't an issue. But
This is a battle of the juggernauts. This would be a paper.
right, I'm trying to think of little anything.
Yeah.
If we put Fantano into this chat, he'd be the tiebreaker, and we push everything towards Toxicity. And I say that as in he would vote with Crash and then convince one of us to join his side.
Ah, okay. I
Yeah,
will say this:
know
the chat is very split, but everyone's understanding and happy about it. So
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
fair. Very fair.
The problem with this is everything you guys are saying about Meteora. If I were to try to step up and defend it, I'd say a lot of that same stuff. I think Toxicity is insanely tight. I think Toxicity also built upon what they were doing. I give Toxicity the slight edge because it's crazy. That album is fucking nuts.
Yes.
Like I love its
wire.
brand of insane. It's a lot. Yeah, exactly. That album is a special kind of twisted, where Meteora is, at least in some respects, more sane. It's sane compared to
It is.
System of a Down. I'll say that. So,
It is. Yeah,
I'll
completely.
take the crazy experiment. It's
Over the
that much
self-title
little more
and
crazy
Hypnotize,
experimental.
yes.
So,
Okay.
Yeah. No, I get that.
but
Very good. A very fair matchup, by the way. It's brutal
Yeah.
to choose, but
No
it's a
kidding,
fair
yeah.
matchup. That's very fair.
yep.
Up next, Coldplay, A Rush of Blood to the Head versus Idol's Joy as an Act of Resistance.
Ooh,
That's
jeez.
I would not have put those two against each other.
Yeah, me either.
Wow.
Let's
Apples and
take it
oranges,
back to
man.
the start.
What do you
Quite
mean?
literally.
What do you mean? They're both British. That's the same thing, right?
Right, yeah, sure.
Okay, don't hold that against me.
Oh. Y'all, these are two very, very different types
Yes.
of British, okay?
Even in
Yeah.
Called a man with a piano ballad.
these albums are like what 13 years apart. Yeah, that's not even the tip of the iceberg for differences on these albums. So,
But shockingly close, honestly, for me.
the debate. Oh, I am too.
Honestly,
Yeah,
same.
It's
Same.
same.
Like,
I love
Yeah,
both,
this
but
is-
there's a slight tip for the winner. So,
Okay. Yep.
everyone have an answer?
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah.
Coldplay, A Rush of Blood to the Head. 1, 2, 3. By a
Okay.
millimeter for me.
Really?
Millimeter, yes.
Okay.
I get
Wow,
it.
I thought it was
get
crazy.
I get it. I get it.
I do
Idols,
too.
Joy is an act of resistance. 1, 2, 3.
Very close.
I will say, if
Very
this
close
were
for me.
maybe a different,
If it was
Coldplay
Viva La
album,
Vida,
that would
I
be
think you guys would probably
Mhm.
swing a little more.
Yeah.
Even La Vida, I
Yeah.
would change. I would change my vote.
I'd say even X and Y, it gets close.
It gets closer, but
I just think Viva-
Briefly, or sorry, I put the
Viva La
I
Vida
got it right.
wins. Viva La Vida.
Yeah.
Well,
wins.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Is an act of resistance.
Yeah.
I say that. I can admit that.
100%.
Very briefly,
All right,
just,
so
for just for the defense of A Rush of Blood to the Head, there was so much perfectly sonically made to define Coldplay. With the album before it, everyone heard Yellow, and that's all people thought about, and I really think that was unfair. When Coldplay released this album and saw just how much emotion they could have, and sometimes minimal effort. I mean, some songs really were thin and stripped down to the bone. They still conveyed so much. This was also Chris Martin writing something great and beautiful and peaceful and energetic all at the same time, and he wasn't completely Nutter Butters or insane yet. This is peak awesome Coldplay. So
Is he Nutter Butters or insane now?
he was in the 2010s after his ex-wife really dragged him
Right,
around
right,
through the
right.
mud.
You
dragged
hear
him
the
around.
music? Like,
Drag-
come on.
Yeah, come on now. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of shows up in those later records. It kind of.
I mean, Ghost Stories is great.
That was the one that was different. That was different.
That was the
Yeah.
breakup album. So
Yeah, that was different. That one I'll defend. So
That was
Yeah.
the last really good Coldplay.
So anything you
I
guys
would
want to
agree.
say? Anything you guys want to say for Idols? Crash.
I think this was-
John. John, go ahead, John. That's fine.
Oh, I was just gonna say, as somebody who, some people would probably think that I would vote Coldplay. Like we were saying with Mark, if it was Viva, we'd have a different conversation. But
Sure.
with A Rush of Blood to the Head, as much as I do love this record, you gotta point out some of the silliness, I guess the cheesiness of some of the songs. I guess the serendipity comes across better on some tracks than others.
No one
but
said it was easy.
just
So.
Yeah, exactly. Some songs, maybe some songs like The Scientist, I've just heard too many damn times for it to do anything for me anymore. you
that
know?
I agree
See that
with.
fair. Those singles got way too over goddamn played. I will absolutely.
But at in the same breath, Clocks is still amazing, and I could listen to that any day. I don't know. So
Crash. How about you for Idols? I know that was your album of the year
Again,
that year. if I'm
yeah, that was my album of the year when it came out. I'm sorry, I don't remember the exact year, but I
2018.
want
18. or
Thank
19,
you.
yeah.
18, yes. But I want to throw a bone to Rush of Blood to the Head too, because that album is so pretty. It's so gorgeous for its minimalism, and Coldplay would try to do this on later records and never come nearly as close to this again. So again,
Carefully, yeah.
I know that's debatable, but in my opinion, at least, it's like they never got as close on this album. Idols, again, it's doing more. It's more energetic. It's got more lively. It's got more to say. There's just more there. I'm sorry.
Fair enough. And how about you, Mark?
Baby shoes never worn.
Ooh.
Ow.
And just like
Ow.
that, I'm sad.
Yeah.
Talk about Danny DeGelko, not that.
G-R-E.
I carry the watermelon.
Rip
you.
if you want to rip someone's heart out, there's a way to do it that Coldplay does, and there's a way to do it that Idols does, and Idols wins. Sorry.
Raw,
They do.
observational,
They
hard
do.
on the sleeve anguish.
I gotta say, better matchup than I thought, even though there's totally different styles and sounds.
I think it works. Yeah, I
Agreed.
think that's not
Yeah,
a bad match
I
at
liked
all.
it.
Yep.
I wasn't expecting that to be as tough as it was, but like, damn.
Yeah.
Nobody said it was easy.
I already
Yeah.
made that line joke, man. Don't
I
steal
know.
I got one line in, and you tried to steal it. Really?
You
Really?
got that other one. There was that one other one. The
John,
the Helena one.
Okay, Helena. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Up next. Nirvana's Nevermind versus Rage Against the Machine's Evil Empire.
I saw this one.
don't do this
Yeah,
to me.
yeah.
Oh.
No, me either. Damn it, no. Fuck.
I gotta
Fuck.
think about this one too.
Sorry, John. Sorry, Luke. You gotta have to deal with the demonetization there, but fuck.
Yeah, no, it's.
Gee, thanks, Mark. No, you're fine. I think we're way past that, and I can cut out that one.
No,
second if I
it's
need
it's
to.
like the first 5 minutes.
Yeah,
is
you're
when-
fine. You're totally fine.
Yeah,
we're good.
I know.
We're past that.
Fuck.
It's not like you showed a foot. So.
Fucks in the chat. For
Do not do that. No, that'll get censored. Do not just
that'll
chant,
get us. Okay.
do not
Okay.
chant profanity in the chat. That will get me in trouble. So
Hey, yeah, no, don't do that. Don't do that.
In the
man. I'm
chat,
sorry.
not fuck.
Just F.
F's in the chat. Okay.
so
Yeah.
this is a hard one, but does everyone have an answer?
Yeah.
I
think so.
guess. Oh man. Oh, this hurts.
Starts to. I know.
Alrighty. Nirvana Nevermind. 1, 2, 3.
Nostalgia.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just
It's-
it's got me on the
If it-
nostalgia.
If it
It's-
was another Rage album, like the self-titled battle, maybe I probably would have taken it.
You know,
But
honestly, I wouldn't even say that because I think Evil Empire is probably one of their best records. Like it is. I was surprised at how hard that album goes, by how relevant that album is, by how tight and groove fucking tastic that album is. But I also can say the exact same thing about Nevermind, and it's like,
And even more so, almost.
Here's my thing with Evil Empire. Evil Empire is Rage's best album, in my opinion. The thing is that Nevermind does so much of that, but also has better production, a sense of humor, better hooks.
Rage will never be a humor band. That's fair.
Yeah.
yeah.
I love Zach
Subtle
De La
humor.
Rocha, but at the same time, I love this brand of rap rock. It is my shit. I am the sort of person who would go see them with Run the Jewels because that is
Oh,
my,
so good.
my vibe.
It was such
That
a good
is my-
concert. It was so good. Okay.
It's so good.
Oh
But-
yeah.
Sorry, like I'm sorry. Like Zach wouldn't disagree with me here.
I feel like he wouldn't. Yeah.
He'd be fine with
Honestly.
Tom would be fine with it. Yeah. So
Well, I know Tom would.
Yeah.
No, of course Tom wouldn't. But
Yeah.
I care about Zach's opinions here more than anyone else.
Yeah.
He's the one who might see this video, so
alrighty.
Is that who were we talking about with Zach and the Zach Tones?
Oh, I would see that band then. Absolutely.
don't do that.
Ooh.
No.
Oh.
That's been Zach and the Zach
No.
Tones the whole time?
That's why Rage hasn't been around for the last 20 years. He was doing that band for the side project.
He was
God, what-
rallying around his family, okay?
What have we done?
That was a good round. The round is over. Again, we go a lot faster. It's painful, but we did it.
Wow.
That made me
Okay.
very sad.
We hit,
Yeah, me too. Me
I
too.
know.
Mark.
We're gonna shake
Oh,
it off. You know
God.
why? Because we hit our light goal. We're gonna do another round
Hey.
of Festival Rock the
Oh,
Flock.
hell yeah.
So you know
Hell
what?
yes.
Shake it off, everybody. Last time we got a 60-ish%. I think something like that. Same people would go. Headlined by My Morning Jacket. Day 2 of Coliseum Fest for all the like goals. Thank you guys so much for hitting that like button. Keep doing it. Super chats, we'll get through as many as we can after this in a big lightning round. It'll be a lot of fun for that. Promise we have them all recorded as well. All right, day 2 of this festival. We got 5 bands, gentlemen. Here's what we got.
Brad.
Number 1, Power Man 5000.
Okay.
Surprisingly fun. Like you would
Well,
not.
I was about to say, let's have
Yeah.
some fun.
I've never seen them live. I will
See,
defer.
I was gonna say I saw them live once, way back in the day, and they were actually pretty bad.
So I saw them in 2020.
really?
I saw them in 2022,
They,
and they
how
stepped
were they?
it up. They stepped it up.
Okay, good,
Okay,
good.
I will defer.
I'll give him a chance. I'll give him a chance then.
There you go. Number 2, AFI.
Ugh.
Okay, you know. I
Depending
now you got me. Now you got my attention.
depending on their set list, yes, and they were a lot of fun when I saw them live.
That's the thing, depending on the set
Yeah.
list.
Yeah. Number 3, Weezer.
Yep. I think
Well,
they've
I'm
toured
out.
together
No.
before.
I know. I think they have.
I have to be
Yes,
honest,
also depending on the set list, absolutely.
Yeah, depending on the
Yeah.
set list, I'll say.
They're
Depending
only
on set
playing the
list.
Four Seasons EPs.
Yes.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
no, on principle.
Number 4.
But
Number 4. Death Clock. Metalocalypse.
in,
Absolutely.
my God.
In, baby.
It's so
In,
good,
baby.
guys. It's so good.
That somehow works with Weezer.
I'd do anything for Death Clock.
It does. John, you're
does.
not even wrong. You're
I know
even
I'm
wrong,
not.
John.
I know I'm not.
You know, honestly, I love the lineup so far, but man, the audience for this festival is gonna suck.
Again, it's going to be
Yeah,
a weird
it's
random
gonna be-
lineup, but it's
The audience of this festival doesn't use deodorant. Like, I'm sorry.
There's gonna be a lot of incels
Yeah.
there.
like any festival audience uses deodorant.
I mean-
Come on.
Mm.
And number 5.
It's like us.
For the save there, but like,
Number 5. Architects.
Oh,
Interesting.
it
little
just got
group.
heavier.
Yeah.
gotta be honest, I'm not going to this festival.
Okay.
Oof.
Crash and
I'd
John.
go.
I'm still in.
I'd go.
I'm still
I'm
in.
in,
I
for
can
sure.
dig on architects, you know.
I would
I
go.
love some architects. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I don't
some
know.
Weezer.
I've been really cold in the architects, especially after Holy Hell. Like, I
Yeah.
think,
Yeah, after Holy Hell. It's
After
better.
Holy Hell, it's been kind of rough, but they've got enough
Yep.
good stuff, and you know they'll play the hits.
Yeah, they will.
well, and that's the thing. Like, I'm not the right person to judge this because I feel like none of these acts have really grabbed me. So I would look at this festival, not for me.
I mean, fair.
Architects are really fun live, though. I saw
They
them
are.
at Riot Fest a few years ago, and they put on a hell of a show.
That like again, it's the same reason like why I will argue that La Dispute is best live.
Oh,
I've
yes,
never seen them live,
yes. They're
Because-
I've seen them twice, and they're so good.
Sorry.
So
no.
good.
The
Yes,
possibility of seeing Rivers Cuomo come out and do some Death Clock songs on the headline set, I have to go. I have to.
Okay, well, you shoot. Okay, there's a difference between like you have to versus you have to shoot this.
No, I want no photography from this one. I'm sitting in a lawn chair in the
Oh,
back
boy.
watching the shenanigans.
I'm there for fun, baby.
All right, okay, fair enough.
You know what? They bring Rivers Cuomo to do the Dr. Roxo songs.
And they
Yes.
dress him up, and they dress him up like Dr.
They dress him
Roxo.
up. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Then I'm in.
Gotta keep the glasses on, though. Gotta keep the glasses.
Well, yes. Actually, 76%. 76%.
They're
going.
Yes.
They're headed out in droves.
Yeah.
Not my scene. I'm okay with that.
Again,
it's audience.
This is an Ocean City, Maryland rock radio station festival with no theme, but you know what? It's gonna sell.
Okay,
So,
yeah, this is an Ocean City rock radio theme, but like half the band's canceled, so they had to kind of pull something out of their ass
yes.
at the last minute. That's
And
what
they
I'm
did.
with.
and they did.
Like
That's
we
what
were-
we wanted. So
But here's the thing. I'm okay with them not being my scene. I know this festival will sell. It's just not for me.
okay, fair
You
enough.
could be the
fair.
event organizer behind the scenes.
All right.
No, I'm the person who goes. I'm the person who goes to the alternative set that's at the different like not house party shows, but like the
Yeah.
dive bar shows that are alongside it. That's how I
Right.
managed to book two mold at like last minute, and I'm like, I'll go to that.
While architects
Yeah.
are playing.
And then
Yeah,
come back.
exactly.
And then come back for Death Clock. Just make sure you
If,
check
if,
out. Yeah.
if there's a band you're skipping that night, you're the guy to call.
There you go.
Right, exactly.
All right. Round 3. We have
Oh,
164 likes. If we get to 180, we'll do another round of Festival Rock or Flop since it's getting closer to the end. But if we get to 180, we'll do another one. We might do it after 2 rounds of this because we are getting closer to the end of the bracket. It's going to go fast. You guys ready?
almost
Because
there.
the first one's already on screen and it's
This is gonna hurt me.
something.
Oh, it's gonna hurt.
Yep. All right.
Radiohead The Bends versus Gorillaz Demon Days.
Mhm.
Silence falls over the judges as they
Yeah.
try to decide the fate.
I got my choice.
I have a choice for this one too. So,
I've got it.
okay.
Yep.
Radiohead The Bends. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Wow, okay.
Okay. All right.
And
okay.
Gorillaz Demon Days.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. And this one's not even close for me, by the way. This one I feel is way over. But
Oh, wow.
That's me.
Okay.
I mean,
Same. A little same, honestly.
Okay.
No, actually, no. I won't say that. It's close, but not overwhelmingly close.
Okay.
We're talking about like a number 6 on the chart versus. Hang on, let me pull my maps here.
I know the Bends didn't chart that great back in the day.
No,
At least
that's
I
a different
remember
argument,
it didn't
though.
chart.
That's a
Even
little
Yeah,
Days-
exactly. That's different.
Days
Yeah.
was 5. What was we're going against the.
I think with like the
Poll is
bends,
open.
like I think Demon Days. It depends on the type of album. Obviously, you're in the mood to listen to. First of all, because Demon Days has the variety, and while there is variety on the bends, it's more of an album that
We're going-
flows.
Not
you
gonna
know,
lie, we're going 5 versus 6 here.
No
in
shit.
terms of your seating.
Ah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow,
You've had a
okay.
lot of those. Wow.
Yeah.
I know.
Man.
Crash,
I've been
any
a-
thoughts?
Hasn't been
Seating
kind to you either, Mark. Holy shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you think.
Crash, any thoughts on this one?
I will say the nostalgia factor did kind of nudge this one over the edge for me again. Radiohead was another album of my high school and my middle school days. I loved that record as a kid. And Demon Days came out later, so it doesn't even have that kind of advantage it can have. But I don't know. The Bends is again a pretty close to perfect record for me. So is Demon Days, but there's just enough bloat or just enough experimentation that doesn't work, and I'm talking like razor thin amount of that kind of stuff on Demon Days to just barely knock the Bends over the edge for me, but it's still close.
Anything else, John or Mark? I know you guys kind of interjected a few thoughts.
Go
No, I'm
ahead.
good.
You're
No.
good?
Well, yeah, I'm good. I'm good for the move on. Yeah.
Mark?
I'll say something quickly. I think Demon Days has the edge slightly here. I think the production is a little bit more diverse. I think the rap verses really put it above and beyond for me. I think the overall hooks are a little better overall in comparison with the Bends. Now, granted, you can make the argument that the Benz was not built for hooks in any specific design. I agree with you there, but I think Demon Days has that level of approachability which the other albums do not have.
Okay. I'll say this for Demon Days versus the Bends, you guys already kind of talked about some of the points for it. With Demon Days, there was so much diversity and so much style. The Bends is a great album, and it's an alternative album from the 90s. Demon Days is an album that shows what alternative can be. It exploded that so many different styles and fused them into something that defined the Gorillaz, but also had so much diversity and all of that. Also, the hooks on Demon Days, from everything from Feel Good Inc. to Dare, those hooks still stand up 20 years later. Also, this album turns 20 years old this year.
Yeah.
God,
and
pass the
Hank.
Metamucil. Oh my God, we're so old.
Yeah, let's go.
Hey, Luke, if you want someone to come in and step up and talk about Demon Days, I will be there.
20-year anniversary tour.
I'll do that collab with
Yeah.
you because I have so much to say about that album.
I might have that is one of my all-time favorites. Like, people don't watch those series as much anymore. I would do it for that one because it's so good.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
here's the poll. Ended. It looks like it's going to be a winner, more decisive. 2/3 vote. Demon Days, 67%.
Really?
2/3.
That's kind of
yeah.
That's
yeah,
kinda
I
surprising
had a
to
feeling
me.
this was gonna.
That's
I didn't expect a
Days.
blowout.
because it's Demon
Yeah,
Days.
okay,
It's the
it's-
bins.
I know, but still, if it was OK
it's Demon
Computer or
Days.
something, maybe. But
It's Demon Days, and we also have kind of a young audience, so
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, this 20-year-old record. Yeah, it's
well, the Benz is closer to 30, so
Yeah,
If I was arguing for the Benz, I feel like
yeah. No, I feel that.
a rough
but
fight.
I get it.
It's a rough
It's-
fight. It's a rough fight.
it's not close for me. I'll say that. I will say on the Ben side, like I'm much more on that side.
either. Yeah.
Mm.
Actually, no. Yeah, it is kind of close, but for different reasons.
Yeah.
Up next, Nine Inch Nails' The Downward Spiral versus Pearl Jam's Versus.
Sorry, I'm gonna make some people feel for this.
I know I'm gonna disappoint some people with my choice.
I
here.
know
Are
where
we-
you're going. I know where
are
you're
we
going,
go-
Crash. I
Are we
know.
going to feel hurt?
Crash,
There,
I've
I got
accepted-
another one.
I've accepted this lost inside of you.
Oh, there we go.
Oh.
Everyone have an
Don't
answer. This is
Crash,
another
Well, at
one.
least
Yeah.
Crash, I'm gonna make you see God.
Oh.
God.
If I had a nickel for every time someone said that to me.
I'm just glad that's
I'd
the
have
lyric.
two.
I'm just glad that's the lyric from the song you chose and not one of the other ones. Yowza.
Oh, I know. I love again. I understand.
All right. Everyone have an answer?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Such a pocket of the 90s, this little matchup. 9 Inch Nails, The Downward Spiral. 1, 2, 3.
I don't care if I'm
Yep.
wrong. See, I don't care.
I
I
get
don't
it.
care if I'm wrong.
It's
okay.
That's a good one to support, though. Pearl Jam
No,
versus
it is.
absolutely.
1,
I'm not.
2, 3.
Again,
enough.
I'm sorry, y'all. In my book, it's one of the most perfect albums in 90s rock period.
I'm not gonna just.
There ain't gonna be much that beats
No,
Pearl
not at all.
Jam's verses. Yeah, but I get it. I get it. It's the downward fucking spiral.
Yeah.
I don't have much of a case here, but I'm willing to stand on it.
It's brutal.
I'm not even gonna say it's not
Recommend
having
it.
Ace, but I think there's an element of where I struggle when it comes to the larger conversation is Versus is a great second album. Downward Spiral is a seminal classic.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, in my opinion, Versus is also a seminal classic, but not as many people have heard it, have had a
That's
chance
true.
to really sit down with that one. you
And
know?
Downward
It's
Spiral.
close.
Downward Spiral is beyond household name value. Everyone knows Downward Spiral, even if you're not a fan of that. Versus, you got to find the right house.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
that's true. That is true.
It's
That's
weird how
fair.
that is because Pearl Jam were so huge and the album sold well, but it isn't remembered in the way that 10 is.
So much
Again,
more competition at the time, too, though.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that, and again, they got screwed over by Ticketmaster, so they
Yes.
couldn't tour properly.
Yep.
They stopped making music videos, so they couldn't promote properly. It got buried. It got buried,
Yep.
and it absolutely should not have. If that album had videos and a decent tour, you would consider it in the top tier with Nevermind and 10 and Dirt and like other grunge classics.
Ugh.
Honestly,
I'm very okay. First off, I'm very happy Dirt is not on this whole category because Dirt would just like overrun the majority of this list.
Yeah.
That is damn near a 10 out of 10 classic for me. But
It
at the
is for me.
same time, okay, the one thing I will say with Versus, I don't think it's quite as focused as Downward Spiral is.
totally fair.
Yeah.
Totally
Fair
fair.
enough.
Yeah.
Downward Spiral is downright obsessive with its.
And that's the point. Yeah. That is
Yeah.
the album that's a struggle, you know? And
Yeah.
also, what's wild, 30 years later, Ticketmaster's still screwing people over. Biled log shots.
Yep.
Oh, well, jeez.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Somebody-
the more things,
Crash,
the
a
more
drink
things
of
change,
magically
the more they
appears
stay
at
the same.
Up next, My Chemical Romance, 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge versus Linkin Park's Meteora.
Oh boy.
That's a hard one.
Here we
Everything
are.
hurts.
Yeah, we're really here now, huh?
Everything hurts. It's
right.
like I always think. Just really quick. I always think of these albums in different time frames. They're not even 2 years apart.
No, I know.
That's crazy to think about. It
Yep.
really is.
Same era.
I gotta,
All right.
I gotta,
Things just changed so much within that period. They honestly did.
John, I'm hoping you're on my side with this one.
Hey,
I think I am,
No
but I
telegraphing
don't
and
know.
trying to get other people to vote before we actually have the vote.
Morse code.
Yes. Blink Morse code. My Chemical Romance, 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge. 1, 2, 3.
I'm okay.
Oh, okay.
This will be the split.
Okay. Oh, a split. Okay, I'm glad this was a split. I'm glad this was a split.
Okay, my mistake. All right.
Linkin Park
Nice.
Meteora. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
It is very close.
Razor thin.
Yeah.
Razor thin. Razor thin.
Ooh, it's
Okay.
close. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, I
Mark,
agree.
I want you to go first for Meteora. 30 seconds.
Okay, Meteora, the one advantage I will give to it is that it is so phenomenally tight. I will also stick up for the remix album. The remix album, which is remarkably tight, that actually the Linkin Park managed to pull together with Jay-Z, even if Jay-Z didn't really realize what he was
Collision
doing.
course, yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit of a mess there. I think Meteora is Linkin Park's best album. I think it is the advancement of their sound more effectively from Hybrid Theory. I think it is the best version of Linkin Park. Yeah. I can't argue from there.
And I would say also, what has already been said about them doubling down from Hybrid Theory, Meteora was done so well and is such a perfect stamp of time from 2002, 2003 specifically. It was so well done. You still hear Faint blasted today on every rock radio station on the planet, and it's so hard. You don't hear that as much from My Chemical Romance, just for longevity, at least not from Three Cheers. I love Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge, but Meteora was the pinnacle of that style, and it just holds up so much, from everything from Numb to all the other songs I can't think of off the top of my head because my brain's fried right now. I apologize.
Blackbird is better.
Sorry?
Yes. It is.
I wouldn't argue that.
But they're both perfect records, so we're splitting hairs at this point.
John, for the defense of Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge.
Well, the poll is already making me want to pull my hair out and scream and cry, but here's the thing. I love both of these albums to death. They made me who I am. These are such formative records for me, so it's not easy to make a decision either way. But what it comes down to is probably just the fact that there's a little bit more to the writing in the band. There's a little bit more simplicity with Meteora, and sometimes I'm left wanting a little bit more from the guitars or something a little bit more, detailed for the production. But really, these are two bands that broke out and absolutely crushed with their sophomore album.
Crash, how about you for Three Cheers?
I'm going to throw something out there. Again, Meteora is a brilliant improvement upon Hybrid Theory, but Hybrid Theory is also a pretty damn good record. Three Cheers, compared to its predecessor, compared to Brought You My Bullets, it's almost like not even the same band.
It is a bigger jump. It's a bigger jump.
Yes. Improvement. Yes.
Yeah, I'm not giving that grace. No, sorry.
Yeah, that is it. It's insane how much better they got, how much better the production got, how much better everything got. And I just feel like, man, I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm a sad bitch, but My Chemical Romance just has that much more stronger of an emotional core for me.
It's the drama. It's the melodrama factor.
It's
for me.
the drama.
Let us be dramatic. We're loud, okay?
Breaking the Habit and Numb have a little bit of drama, just a touch,
Not in the same way, though. Not theater kid drama.
Yeah, it's a different kind of drama.
It's a very different thing. There's sad bro drama, and then there's melodrama.
There you go. Well, we already had the poll kind of looked at, and it's Meteora wins. Meteora.
Yeah, y'all can be wrong for making it that lopsided.
70% Meteora, 29% Three Cheers.
Okay,
that's
not
something stinks, and it's chat.
Oh.
Even as someone who is on the side of Meteora, that should be closer.
Mm-hmm. Way closer. It should be like 51-49, in my humble opinion.
Honestly,
the people in chat are also saying, "Dang, poor MCR."
The closest vote here has been the Francis the Mute argument there. That's to say something.
Mm-hmm. Moving on. Idol's Joy is an Act of Resistance versus Nirvana's Nevermind.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Here it is, Idols.
At least this one won't be difficult.
The one blessing that I don't have, or the one blessing I have of Francis the Mute getting knocked out first round, it's not making it put up against the really hard competition. So,
Yeah,
there you go. You don't got to kill. You don't got to argue this kind of thing.
I mean, I lost. Never mind. So I'm just kind of rolling with it where it goes here.
Alrighty. Everyone have an answer?
Yeah.
Idols, Joy as an Act of Resistance. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. You know what? I get it. I get it.
Yep. Nirvana's Nevermind. 1, 2, 3. Please mark 30 seconds. Keep some support for Idols.
Okay, here's the thing about that Idols album that most people do not appreciate. Besides the fact that this entire larger framework of this bracket is largely, in my opinion, insufficient because it does not include enough albums from the 2010s or the 2020s, for that matter.
It does
No
not.
Schmaltz.
Yeah.
No Underneath the Side of Power by Algiers. No Go Further Enlightenment from like Gang of Youths. There's a whole there's a whole subset of albums that were not included on this list. Were you digging me as a term of being out?
It does that already because the ding's always for the 30-second timer. Did you not know that?
Okay, so I will say this. I understand the desire to get this album out. I will also say that Joys and Active Resistance is a tremendously underrated album because a lot of people have like shied away from Idols because they developed irony poisoning in the 2010s and the 2020s, which really pisses me off. I think that album is phenomenal. It's a great like oi punk album. I think that album is deserving of credit, and it drives me off the wall that it does not get the credit that it deserves.
Okay,
I can
right
agree
on about
with you
30.
on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Crash and John, because we do like just keep going. Anything for Nirvana.
We'll
I don't
probably talk about them more in the next round. So
Yeah. Again, I wanted Mark to get his point in. So
I agree.
I see
Support
my
for
time.
Idols. We've talked good about that, but yeah, it's a beast of a competition for that one to surpass for Nevermind. So, in my opinion. Alrighty. We're at 168 likes, 12 more. We'll do another round of Festival Rock or Flop. Do you guys need a break? Are we going to the Final Four?
I can go to the Final Four right now.
I can go to the Final Four. Let's get it done, baby.
Are you all emotionally prepared for the Final Four?
No.
Now
Let's do it.
No, you have not adequately prepared for our emotional preparedness, Luke. I'm sorry.
You can blame the random bracket generator I found.
will you be offering counseling
I don't
after
feel that
this?
has adequately equipped us for the amount of emotional and mental security that is required for this.
Oh, well, here's the next
Luke,
round.
you said you were fronting the therapy bill for this, right?
Oh, let's see what the bill adds up to now, because it's Gorillaz Demon Days versus 9 Inch Nails The Downward Spiral.
Oh. And
Wow.
How you feel now, everybody?
fun.
Interesting.
Yeah, for me it's not close, but I know it will be for you guys. So
For me, it's not close either.
It's kind of not close, but I don't think it's in the direction you
The
think.
tone of both is so wildly different. So.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay,
That's the thing. This is...
Isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. Anyway, Gorillaz Demon Days. 1, 2, 3. Down goes a heavy contender.
Okay.
Yeah. 9 Inch Nails, The
I'm
Downward
American
Spiral. 1, 2, 3.
It is downward spiral, you know?
come on now.
We praise Demon Days so much, but the Downward Spiral is the Trent Reznor true catharsis of miserable life and trying to get better. Demon Days is a party. It's so good. It's so much fun with so much stuff going on. It's a blast.
I wouldn't even say it's a party. I'd say that Demon Days is very much of it's a wallow in a very specific, very lethargic, very dystopian space.
It's way sadder than you'd think it is at surface
It
level.
really is.
The lyrics of many of the songs really do hit a lot harder, but so much of the album, though, is so effervescent and so bright in pockets that it makes it feel so much lighter than it is. You'll not get that with the Downward Spiral. You won't.
No.
You're not getting happy.
Well, it's a different kind of light.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. Like I think the one benefit that the Downward Spiral have is sequencing.
Yes. 100%. 100%.
Yeah. Because I think the sequencing really gives the Downward Spiral the edge. I love Demon Days. I stand by that as one of the best albums of the 2000s. But at the same time, the Downward Spiral has the edge not just in sequencing, but also it's willing to go there in a way that I don't think Demon Days fully is. And I love Demon Days, but
I agree.
Yeah.
not many albums can go where the Downward Spiral does.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nor would they want to, because it would entail living the way that Trent did during the recording process for that album.
Not even just that. I feel like there's ways, like, I don't think there's a Hurt comparison.
No,
there's
absolutely not.
Yeah.
Like, you pull that out, that's a wild card towards at the end of the album.
is.
That's just
Closer and Feel Good Inc. aren't even close, but they're still closer than Hurt to anything on days. So,
Mark, I do have to respectfully disagree. There is a Hurt comparison. It is very, very close. It's the track where Dennis Hopper reads about a monkey's head exploding.
yes, that's what Johnny Cash was gonna take next before he passed away unexpectedly.
the next
He was
Johnny
gonna
Cash
that
cover.
one, yes.
If he had held on a little
Johnny
longer.
Cash was going to cover that song, but it didn't come out before he died. So.
Fire coming out of the monkey's head by
Maybe I
Johnny
would
Cash.
like that actually. Now that I don't want to use AI for that, but too bad. That'd be nice if someone could make that. That was a big juggernaut for Demon Days. It goes down. I had a great showing.
It took something like it took the Downward Spiral to take it down. So that's
It takes a giant to topple a giant, you know?
And we go on to the next of the final four. Linkin Park's Meteora versus Nirvana's Nevermind. Like 90s versus 2000s in a perfect example and display.
Shockingly close, all things considered.
What do you guys think?
I got an answer.
I got mine.
Yeah, I got you.
Whew, okay. Linkin Park, Meteora. 1, 2, 3. Another sweep in the semifinals, and I kind of get it. You know?
I mean, again, it takes Nevermind, the album that defined the 90s, to take out Meteora.
Yes.
That tells you everything you need to know about that record, you know?
And it's still so close for me. It really, truly is. Like, it's just...
If someone would have put up a thumb for Meteora, I would not have gotten like, what the heck? Everything would have understood.
Not me either.
I almost did.
So did I.
Someone just yelled out "bro" at me. Like, okay, well,
Bro.
guys, a huge run for Meteora as well. Look how far it made it into all of this competition. Everyone,
it breaks my heart a little bit that my favorite album did not even get it out of the top 16. Like,
Mm-hmm.
None of our picks are still in it, right?
Yeah,
No, yep.
Yeah. Who's made it the furthest?
Not me.
Mine. I got a round or two in. I think Doolittle survived.
So
Doolittle
round.
So I'm the winner.
So
So what you're saying is I'm the winner for Micah making it the furthest.
That's fine. You can take the trophy for the participation trophy for getting it the farthest in the bracket this year. Yes.
Thank you. I will take that with my therapy bill. After we'll take that out.
Oh, you'll get a bill. Don't worry about that. All right. Well, we're at 173 likes. 7 more likes if you guys want to see another Festival Rocker flip-flop. And then we'll get to Super Chats. But keep in mind, we're at the finals. And
yep, this is it.
You should be pretty aware of what it's going to be now. 9 Inch Nails' The Downward Spiral versus Nirvana's Nevermind. Before we go to thumbs up, before we go, I'm going to take a quick moment. Thank you so much to everyone for tuning in and sticking with us. Our concurrent viewers has stayed at a pretty steady amount because I think we were able to go through time a lot faster, and also because this bracket was a lot of fun. And as much as we squirmed and complained and stamped our feet, whatever, I'm tired.
Feats?
Feats, yes.
Our feeties. We all understand that this was a lot of fun for you guys too, hopefully.
I also think there's a certain element of not even just competence, but also just the element of being able to assess what we have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
This is it. Does everyone have an answer?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. I'm curious what it's going to be. All right. 9 Inch Nails, The Downward Spiral. 1, 2, 3.
I'm closing my eyes. Is anybody?
We have a winner.
I'm
willing
to. You know what? I'll be that odd man out. I'll be the one who stands on it. But
with Nirvana's Nevermind.
I get it.
Look at the album. Look at the album you're standing on, though. That's pretty solid.
Come on. Yeah.
For Nirvana's Nevermind. 1, 2, 3.
And I can knock my comments out for this in real quick, Luke. Again, Nevermind. was one of the very first albums I ever heard, period. When I would swipe CDs from my brother's room and listen to them in the closet, Nevermind was one of those CDs. Nevermind was one of the albums that made me discover music, period. For everything the Downward Spiral is, and for all the kudos I'm willing to give it, it doesn't have that place in my heart. Nevermind has a place in my heart. It is a part of my soul. It is a part of my being. So I gotta give it props, even if I'm wrong here. No, for me, that's where it stands.
I don't think you're wrong here.
No, and this is not a right or wrong one. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
you guys
my
are
general,
right here.
my
Mark, go
general
for it.
framing on the Nevermind whole conversation is that if it wasn't the Downward Spiral, it would beat most albums. There are conversations that whether or not it would beat Dirt by Alice in Chains, because that is high on my list. Whether or not it would beat Angel in Real Time by Get Your Youths, that's a me thing. I understand that.
That should have been on here, though. Goddamn.
No, that's second. That's a third album, not a second album.
Darn it. Okay, never mind then.
No, I understand that because, like, at some point we're gonna get a third album list from Luke here, and
Third album bracket.
That's going to be interesting. Yeah.
That's going to be phenomenal because I know exactly which albums might just a roll over everything. But at the same time, like, I'm sorry, Downward Spiral just wins this. It does for me. Even as much as I'm not going to lie, it was 1 versus 2.
There you go.
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah.
You pick good choices.
Because at the same, I actually take my back. It's 1 versus 3 because Frank Turner's album was on number 2.
That's right, you did say that, but still,
Right.
You picked the top 2. You picked 2 of your top 3 to go in.
I can't complain at that.
Yeah.
Nope.
Right. I was about to say you had the best outcome here.
Guys, I am so much less angry this year than last year. It's fine, guys. So.
Well, while we're at it, so Block Party on sale now. Silent Alarm 20th anniversary tour.
Thank you, everyone,
They'll be
for
hitting
coming to Rock
stadiums
Coliseum.
with
We want to thank you
Metric.
guys and hope you'll see you guys again in the next few months. Bye, everybody.
See, here, John, I would go see that Silent Alarm tour because I would love
It
to.
is.
yeah.
It's real, and it's with Metric, and they're playing Fantasies in full, and Block Party's playing Silent Alarm. So, Mark,
Oh,
please go to the
shit, I
store
would
with me.
see that in a heartbeat. Oh my
So
God.
they actually are.
Yeah.
They actually play.
This is real. This is real. Yeah, I'm not bullshitting on this one.
They actually are playing the album people want to hear. That's nice.
Yep,
Gonna
they
have to
are.
find a date for that. Oh my goodness.
9 Inch
DC?
Nails. Going back
Crash,
to
you
9
and I
Inch
might have
Nails.
to go to that. And,
The
like,
Downward
yes.
Spiral also.
Yep,
they're
let's
gonna
talk
play a
turkey,
lot-
man. Let's make that happen.
Guys, okay. 9 Inch Nails also going on tour later this year. I don't know if they're ever going to do anything for like an anniversary playthrough. That's not really what they do. They always play stuff in this, and you know, it's so good, and it still holds up so much, just like Nirvana does. This is a preference thing for just about everyone. I don't think anyone's going to be able to argue that much, guys. This was such a great roundup, and I think the Downward Spiral is more than worthy of it, just for what it stands for, what it represents, that time period of the 90s, how it stood out from so much, the end of grunge at the beginning of actual alternative, and then 9 Inch Nails and Trent just do their own thing and say, screw it, here's what I have.
Yeah, I won't, not to be dramatic, but it was a life-changing album for me, very much. I found the album when I was 13, after hearing Closer on the radio, and it was such a strange track to me. I had never heard anything before in my life that sounded like that, and it made me so curious. I had to run to the library, check out the CD, burn it to my computer, all that good stuff, and that's where the love started. So I'm very happy about this one winning. It's an album that, for me, has gotten me through some shit. That I burned a library CD in 2005.
No, dude, back in the day, that was what we did, man.
Yeah,
Oh, goodness.
we lived on that shit.
You even mentioning that just brought back a lot of memories.
If there's a
dude.
CD
my
that
goodness.
belonged on a CDR, though,
Yeah.
know?
Dude,
Yeah.
buying a CDR pack from like Dollar Tree or something with a stack of like 20, going and ripping some CDs. Good times.
thieves. But oh yeah, Downward Spiral is still awesome. So
I bought it like 3 times. Okay.
that's true. You made up for
Yeah.
it. So. Any other
Made up
thoughts?
for it at this point.
Any other thoughts before we go to super chats? And we will have one more round of Festival Rock or Flop after brief super chats. We're going to do lightning round, but we'll go through it all the answers and the super chat document tomorrow. Anything
do
want
want to say before.
Go ahead, Crash.
I do want to say before we go to the super chats, I'm disappointed in all of you who submitted. And for one reason, because of all the stuff that was left off, of everything you could have put on here, you did not put the best second record to have ever come out by a band in existence. That would happen to be Bad Religion's Into the Unknown. Where was this on the list? People, excuse me.
I would also like to say there was no Paranoid from Black Sabbath or 13th Step from A Perfect Circle.
Yeah. There were a lot that weren't there, to be honest.
Honestly, I mean, I'm joking. I'm joking with this. Obviously,
we can't be too upset. We had 32 solid entries, so
yeah. Only so many slots.
Yeah,
Would have lost the second round.
I like that it would have at least survived.
It lasted longer than mine. So
round. Granted, I was up against Nirvana.
Oh, come on. And excuses.
Okay, let's put anyone else up against, like, hey, you have to go up against Nevermind, one of the most seminal albums of the 1990s.
Yeah.
And
what arguably of rock ever.
Exactly. He put me up against, like, say, Slipknot. I win that one immediately. Yeah. Sorry, Luke.
You're fine. No, I'm just looking up the super chats right now. Are you guys ready for a lightning round for super chats?
Lightning. Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. They'll be pulled at random. We'll go through as many as we can because it is getting late, obviously. We will do one more round of Festival Rock or Flop for the final night festival. Thank you, guys. Still not too late to get a super chat in. Again, they're read at random, so yours is just as good of a chance to get read off. Here we go. I have to go all the way past the album entries, though, because it's the same thing. Here we go. Good answers. And from Ellie Yeat, Bloodywood, the Indian from India new metal band. Anyone, you guys familiar?
No.
Unfortunately, no.
I am. 1, 2, 3. Big thumbs up. Fun stuff. Like a newer new metal group out of India, and they do have a lot of great guitar work. So, from Christian Todor, Mayday, the new single by 3 Days Grace with both singers.
Oh, that's right. They are doing that.
It came out like a couple months ago.
Both singer thing.
Yeah,
I haven't heard it.
I have. Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah, it's a thumbs down for me. Yeah. Man.
It's the major.
Not Adam. It always drops in mind. Not Adam, the other singer. The later singer.
Matt Walsh.
Drenched in auto-tune. I'm talking.
Oh my God, it's so bad.
It's rough.
Really?
Yeah. Yes.
It's so noticeable that in
bad.
comparison to Adam being on the same song, it's just jarring.
Like he's talking through, like he might as well be talking through us through Discord and singing like have it all smoothed out that way.
Oh,
yes.
really?
And it's just, it sounds like it's just corny as hell.
Yeah,
too,
it's the
like
same,
on top of everything else.
It's same later 3 Days Grace, but also just that difference. It's distracting.
Double trouble.
They should do that on stage. Album versus album from Paul Urena. Soundgarden's Super Unknown versus Pearl Jam's 10.
Ooh.
10.
Okay, let's just do it this way. Super Unknown. 1, 2, 3.
I want to give credit to Super Unknown.
I love Soundgarden, but it's against 10.
I love Super Unknown.
So 10.
Yeah, it's
1,
10. 10 is
2,
10.
3. Yeah, and I'm a diehard Soundgarden fan, so. Da-da-da-da-da.
So 10 wins that. It's not. I don't even think it's particularly close for that one.
The
I don't
squirrel.
think it's close, but like, man, Super Unknown. I want to give it kudos because I do. Also
Super
really
Unknown is
love
great.
that
I
record.
love.
They're both fantastic albums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Squirrel in Flannel says Inhaler, the Irish band. I believe someone said that's like one of Bono's kids.
Yeah, it's his son, I think.
His son, yeah.
Is the singer. Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't heard it. I know I'm the
two,
U2 guy
three.
here.
From
but,
what I like, fun. And you like as the albums go on, it's much more U2 sounding, but it's fun. It works.
Yeah, it's just it's getting a little bit to the point where it's a little too U2 for me as somebody who's not super into them.
The latest album is absolutely like that.
But it's still light thumbs up.
My question would be, what era do they emulate?
Later.
How to dismantle an atomic bomb.
Yeah, later on.
I might still be on board.
From Jay Hins, The Strokes' Is This It versus Block Party's Silent Alarm.
Ooh. That might be one of the
That's actually a
harder
real.
That's more of a fair
I
match.
get it, but I got my
Yeah,
answer.
that one actually does have me tripped up a little.
The
Yeah.
Strokes' Is This It? 1, 2, 3.
Barely.
Barely.
Sorry, not moving.
Oh, wow.
Not moving.
Okay.
Ah!
That's fine.
I'm sorry. Silent Alarm is that fucking good to
Actually,
me.
no, I did that wrong. I did that wrong. I'm going to go with Crash on this. I'm going to go with Silent Alarm.
Okay, yeah.
Good.
I was about to say, I was kind of surprised there, Mark. But
No, that was a mistake on my part. I mistaken
worries.
that. It's Silent Alarm.
Ghost song versus song from Ghost. Call Me a Little Sunshine versus Satanize, the new single.
I haven't heard a new single. I'm about this one.
Okay.
I was about to say, what was the name of the
have.
new single?
Satanize. It came out less than a month ago with the album announcement.
That's right, yeah.
Oh, right. I just already forgot about it because it was so forgettable.
Okay, we know John's answer.
Ooh.
Call Me Little
Yeah, I can
Sunshine. 1, 2, 3.
I don't dislike the new single, but
Call Me
it's
a Little
okay.
Sunshine is what
I like
Yeah.
Call Me a Little Sunshine. It's it's a little
It's
bit
okay.
more interesting.
Yeah.
I don't particularly like either song, but that one's fine.
I do like Call Me a
I
Little
like
Sunshine.
I like Call Me Sunshine. I'll give it that. Satanize
Oh.
me. It probably just needs some time to grow on me.
Oh, hey, there's another one right here, so apparently we've got a crowd for it. Nick K says, how do we feel about Adam back in 3 Days Grace?
If it had happened 15 years ago, maybe I would have.
He wasn't even out of the band for 15 years.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't
I'm the guy
care.
who never cared. I'm the
Yeah.
guy who never cared about 3 Days Grace, so I have to bow out.
Okay. I was really, really, really into 3 Days Grace. My channel, and people know that I have a history with them. First video I ever, first album I ever reviewed was the 3 Days Grace album. I just, they really feel like they should have been left in the 2000s, Like the
When
2010s material, painful.
When Adam left, that was my dropping off point.
Right after the 2012
Yeah.
album, whatever that was. After that one.
With Chalk Outline. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I like that song. Yeah,
did
there's
too.
some good ones on that one, but after that album.
From Riley Hartz, has anyone heard Franz Ferdinand's new album, The Human Fear? If you have, thoughts on it? I have not.
I have. I reviewed that album. It's actually on my channel. I have a full-length review of that project.
Okay, let's
I'm gonna
do
be
thumbs-
that person. Feel safe.
Safe.
Yeah.
Thumbs up?
Yeah.
Just for the album. Thumbs up, thumbs down, anybody?
It's
Light
good.
thumbs up. Light
Light
thumbs up.
thumbs
I
up.
haven't heard it.
But
so.
I agree with Mark. It doesn't do anything I wasn't expecting Franz Ferdinand to do. So
Yeah,
Oh,
it's pretty tense.
It's Beatles homage.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just a little, it's very tepid, it's very safe, and it's my least favorite Franz Ferdinand album.
Yeah, it's not my
I-
favorite. It's not my least favorite because I have the 2009 album just hits.
And wait. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't like with that.
Yeah.
But at the same time with Franz Ferdinand, it's the sort of thing I'm like, I expect a little more at this point. Like when you're
Yeah.
coming off of Always Ascending, which I think is an underrated album, and their 2013 album, which I think is phenomenal.
Both of them are.
Yeah, they're both. Oh, well, the 2018 album I'm a little on, but the 2013 album I'm entirely on board with. But this new one, I'm just like,
Yeah, it's okay. Here's the thing: the new one just feels like we waited 7 years for something mediocre-ish, but little above average, maybe.
it'd be better than it is.
Yeah, it should be a lot
yeah.
better. And with having lost their drummer and replacing a new one, it just feels like they kept it really safe for this one. And there's a few songs like Night or Day that I think are pretty cool, but outside of like that and Hooked and The Birds, I didn't really care for it.
I'll be very honest. It feels way too safe, and I think that the commentary that Sparks made on Franz Ferdinand on their collab album is now ringing very true.
Yeah.
Good.
That collab album also extremely underrated. Sparks with FFS.
Incredibly underrated, but it's also the sort of album that I like because it's very revealing of both acts, because it very much rips into both acts in a very, very revealing way.
Yeah.
We should move
Collab
on because it is
both
lightning
work.
round.
Collaborations Don't Work is one of the best songs of the 2010s, and it is disturbingly like visceral.
Okay. From Cordelia. Oh, Crash, you want to say anything?
No, Luke, I was just saying, let's go ahead and move on.
From Cordelia, Len of Steal My Sunshine fame. Remember that song, Steal My Sunshine? That's the only song I know from the band. So yes, I remember.
No opinion.
1,
No.
2, 3.
I will give, guys, I am familiar. I will give a very light thumbs up.
I can't be mad at it. It exists.
Yeah, maybe like a light thumbs.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Steal My Sunshine, it's weird because it's not indicative of their catalog. They are a much more fun, they are a much more lighthearted band.
Mm-hmm.
They almost have their like ska or like pop punky moments. But they're still not amazing. It's not anything you need to dig up, I'd say.
It is like year 2000 pop and cheese.
Yeah.
So.
It is a perfect slice of year 2000, 1999 nostalgia and literally nothing else. Because it is time-stamped for that exact era. Uh-oh, we lost John.
We did.
I'm still here. My camera died. I'm still here.
Oh, no.
The battery. Swapping the battery. We're here.
Oh, there you go. You're here. Okay. Up next from Jeff King, Sade.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Thumbs up for everybody?
Let's go. Yes.
Yeah, dude.
Major
I'm
thumbs
familiar
up.
with yes.
Major
This is a Sade.
thumbs up.
This is a Sade house. Absolutely.
This is no ordinary group chat.
From Matthew Becker, Aerials by System of a Down versus Floods by Pantera.
Oh.
Odd comparison in my mind, yeah. Floods by Pantera
Yeah.
versus Aerials by System of a Down.
Guess I kind of see where their head's at.
Aerials, 1, 2, 3.
Not sure what
Yeah.
you were trying to accomplish there, but
it's just for me, that's kind of a slam dunk in my opinion. So
Very much so.
yeah. From the Louis Salea, I apologize if I mispronounced that one. Not a sophomore matchup, but Nirvana's In Utero versus Weezer's Pinkerton.
are you sure you want that answer? Okay.
From,
Yeah, I'm
we'll
give
be
it that
brief.
answer.
We'll be brief. In Utero, 1, 2, 3.
It's like not even close. Not even marginally close.
That's my favorite Nirvana album. So
I love me some Pinkerton, but come on. It's my favorite Nirvana album as well. We went really far with Nevermind, but In Utero is the follow-up to a classic that's also a fucking classic. This is a monumental album that had kind of like a middle finger to the record label, radio-friendly unit shifter song, and then you've got singles like one of my favorite songs of all time, Heart-Shaped Box is on this album. Come on.
Yeah.
Not close.
No lie. I think that what might be a phenomenal matchup for like the third session of this series might be third albums.
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
sophomore albums, you have a lot of very easy lineups in terms of what might be able to fall into that place. And as much as In Utero might be able to massacre large chunks of it, I would say Vitology would be able to as well.
Master of
That's my hot
Puppets.
take.
Black Parade.
Master of Puppets, yeah, as well. But at the same time, Angel in Real Time, I can beat Master of Puppets.
Shit. That is a bold claim.
Brendan
But I think I'd probably vote for it too.
Yep.
From Brendan Tungade, I apologize for mispronunciation. Dio's Holy Diver versus Ozzy Osbourne's Blizzard of Oz. So the solo.
Ooh.
Right. Okay.
I mean, that is in the
see where your
ballpark.
head's at.
That actually makes sense.
Yeah.
You said Dio what now? Versus
Dio Holy
Holy
Diver,
Diver.
the album, versus Ozzy
Okay. Yeah.
Osbourne, Blizzard of Oz, the first solo.
Okay, yeah, I know what
Right.
I'm saying. Sorry.
I got you.
Dio's Holy Diver. 1, 2, 3.
I want to.
Blizzard of
sorry,
Oz.
I know,
from
but I
Ozzy.
can't.
I know.
For the
2.
voice.
I can't. Yeah. Again, none of you were wrong on this, but like, man, Blizzard of Oz just goes so hard for me. So
I
does
get
Holy
it.
Diver, but
Sure.
like,
No, that's not a wrong answer.
It's the Holy Diver thing. It's more
Maybe
than that.
for me, it comes down to a vocal preference. I think realistically,
which,
you know.
no, yeah, totally valid, 100% valid.
Really quick, I always like every now and then I talk about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Dio's not in the Hall of Fame for anything,
What?
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, and it's a shame. That is.
Here's the thing.
Ronnie James Dio not in.
I'm okay with certain acts never making the Hall of Fame because their lack of being in the Hall of Fame will make a point.
It does. Iron
Very
Man and Dio
true.
make that point very
Very
well.
If Black Flag never makes the Hall of Fame, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Because it says more about.
The Hall of
Well,
Fame.
that's more
It
punk.
does.
I think
Yeah.
it's more punk not being in it.
If Minutemen never makes the Hall of Fame, and they won't make
They
the Hall
won't.
of Fame,
That-
They
yeah,
won't.
They won't.
They never will.
even
It
despite
sucks,
the
but they
fact,
won't.
even despite the fact that Double Nickels on a Dime is better than 90% of the albums in the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm. It is.
From,
It genuinely is, folks.
from Alex Kawa, Killswitch Engage, This Consequence, the new Killswitch Engage album that just came out like a month ago.
Yeah. Just in general.
Just in general, thumbs up for me. I liked it fine. It's another Killswitch
Yeah,
album.
haven't
but
heard
it's
it
still
yet.
good. Yeah.
Haven't heard it. I'm gonna bow out.
Yeah, I haven't heard
It's-
that one yet.
Again, it's another fine one. I forget the no, it is Jesse, the singer. Is Jesse
Yeah,
the singer?
Jesse
on this one,
Leach.
right?
Jesse Leach.
I'm sorry. Yeah, they've switched
They
out a
flip
couple
around.
times.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, but Jesse's still holding the fort pretty well. And honestly, I was impressed. I liked it more than I was expecting to.
If you're a
They're
Killswitch
holding
fan-
the fort pretty well.
If you're a Killswitch
Yeah,
fan, you
yeah.
can't
If you're a
be upset with
Killswitch
that.
fan, you'll like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're very
you're
consistent.
not-
They've been really consistent. You know,
Ooh,
for a
yeah.
metalcore scene that doesn't have a lot of consistent bands over the course of decades, I feel like Killswitch have been that.
They hold that banner
That's
pretty well.
totally fair. Yeah.
And with Howard
Ooh.
and Jesse too.
That
on
is a
both.
great
Yeah.
segue to our next one, and it's topical.
Okay.
And it just came out Friday. A Day to Remember's Big Ol' Album Volume 1 from Stephen Paulus.
I'm sorry, I
Haven't
haven't
heard
heard
it.
it yet.
Oh, you all haven't
I
heard
know.
it? What?
I
Oh, you
haven't
heard it
haven't?
yet.
Oh, well,
I
here-
can't. Not
It's-
rushing out
okay.
to hear that one.
Remember in our earlier chat where I was confused. Wait, isn't that supposed to be like a best of or a B-sides collection?
Yeah.
No, that's a real album, Crash. Really?
Big old
Luke.
album, volume 1.
Luke,
Yes?
there's a new album from Saba and No ID.
That I should listen to
Yeah.
instead. Yeah.
Why on earth would I listen to a new album from A Day to Remember in 2025?
Apparently, someone told me on another podcast they were ripping me apart for not loving it. And I was never told
Really?
what podcast. Guys, this
What
is better.
podcast
I don't
is that?
know. I wish I knew.
Can I go roundly ridicule them for
So,
not having decent taste in
Guys,
anything?
this new A Day to Remember album, it exists. It's nothing. It's not the worst. It's a step up from You're Welcome. Congrats. You're no longer running in dog poo. You just walked around it, but you're still not doing anything. It's nothing. Some of the songs, I'm convinced, were made for commercial and soundtrack airplay. Not a doubt in my mind. Not a doubt.
For that serious XM play on Octane.
I'm talking more for like UFC Fight Night commercial stuff, you know. That's
Oh, so
yeah.
like what Fall Out Boy
Really?
we're doing in the mid 2010s.
Yes.
That's a bad one.
You as someone who was looking to try to get over in not even UFC, but in the right sort of WWF, and they actually picked the right song from that new Sewer album from Amidst the Ruins. You had someone where it comes out with like this like blaring Celtic black metal. Like that would be ballsy in the way. I'm not sure it would immediately get over, but I think they have a better shot than any new Day to Remember song.
Yeah.
Give that song to Finn Balor and break him out of his losing streak.
Hopefully. Wrestling fans will get that one.
It might be too good for Finn Balor.
Okay.
2025 Finn Balor, yes.
Yeah, 2025 Finn Balor. Ugh, I know.
Oh, okay. You know what? I don't know enough about wrestling. I will say that it's a possibility, but again, that album is so good. It kind of breaks my heart to have it associated with certain regimes of wrestling.
I gotcha.
Yeah, no, totally fair. Totally fair there.
From Patrick Starr, Skillets Feel Invincible versus Adam's Way Invincible.
You're grounded.
I've not heard the latter, and the first I don't care about, so...
Hang on. I got...
I don't care.
It's hard to care about that, yeah.
Adelita's Way is a name I have not heard in a while.
They're still
Right?
around and
It's
touring.
like, are they-
Yeah.
Are they?
How are they still going?
They're still
Right.
touring. I don't ask me the questions of how. I just know they are. So
I had to listen to 30 Playboy Cardi songs yesterday.
Yeah, no, don't subject yourself to that, Mark. You won't.
Please don't.
You don't deserve.
Don't do it
that.
again. Don't do it again.
No, that is my point. I don't need to subject myself to this.
Well, Mark. Here's a good one for you that you're gonna like. From Riley Hart, album versus album. Tame Impala's Currents versus Gang of Youth's Angel in Real Time.
Oh, not close.
Not close. Not close.
Tame Impala Currents. 1, 2, 3. It is. I do
Okay.
like it. I
Okay.
like it.
Oh,
Gang
yeah.
of Youth's
Oh,
Angel
yeah.
in Real Time. 1, 2, 3. And it was Mr. Mark
not
that got me into
close.
the album and band. It was. So
Also,
I'm sorry, I did not know that
you
my
have
chat
special
did that
effects,
when
Crash. Yeah.
I don't know why I have special effects, but apparently I have special effects. I will look into that.
The one thing I will say, Angel in Real Time, I don't love that Tame Impala album, so I'm not even going to put that in the conversation. Angel in Real Time is this generation's equivalent to Octung Baby. I think it's tremendously underrated. I think it is tremendously emotionally evocative as well. I think it also has that level of dynamic complexity that Octung Baby has. It doesn't have that level of ironic disaffection, I will say that, but at the same time, I will say that Angel in Real Time is one of the best albums of the 2020s. Maybe it's tougher sell for some, but I think that it is worth the time.
Okay.
One of the best rock albums of the 2020s so far.
Absolutely.
Bar none.
Yeah.
John,
Absolutely.
anything for Currents?
I mean, they're two very different
It's
vibes.
not the same. It's definitely not a match. It's not a match.
Angel in Real Time is a journey through loss and discovering one's heritage and self, and it's a whole different thing that's beautiful and amazing in its own way. But Current, I mean, Tame Impala, one of my favorite acts in general, so I'm a little biased here, but
Okay. So, Mark, that one was for you. Crash, this one's all for you, but you're not going to like it.
Oh dear. I wonder what's going to happen here.
From Ellie Yeats, album versus album. A Day to Remember's You're Welcome versus Slater Kenny's Little Rope.
Oh, no.
Bruh.
Crash, if
I'm
I
going to
could
break this out.
Crash, if I could
guess
give
what?
if I could give you the controls to my whole computer just to dump on that one, I would let you.
Oh, I could do some dumping too. That's a sentence.
Hey, maybe don't make a sound clip out of that one, fans. Maybe
I could
not.
do some dumping. I'd be down for some dumping.
Is that the new slogan for Golden Corral or Waffle House?
Taco Bell.
Oh, yeah.
I feel bad with this one because, like, every sentiment I would have to say about Sleater Kinney is also associated with the worst possible people who dunk on Sleater Kinney.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, exactly.
Can I say this one, like one good distinction between the two? Because I caught up to Slater Kenny's latest. But still, you feel bad for Slater Kenny. You feel bad.
No, I don't.
I do.
No,
I don't at all.
See,
I
not
feel
really.
bad.
Not
Wait.
I feel bad.
Let me-
John, go ahead.
Wait. They fired their longtime drummer Janet Weiss, and I will never forgive them. I have boycotted them ever since them, and they did her so dirty.
Well, they pay for it now.
Yeah,
John, I
rephrase.
didn't boycott them, and I feel like you made the right decision, man.
Let me rephrase it.
I
I'm so done.
Let me rephrase it a little bit. You feel less bad for Slater Kenny than you do for A Day to Remember. That's how I see it for me. Because A Day to Remember...
Sorry, Luke, you cut out there.
cut out?
Yeah,
Okay.
Day to Remember. Okay.
So-
A Day to Remember.
You feel less bad for Slater Kenny than you do for A Day to Remember, is my argument.
don't.
I
No,
do.
I don't.
Because A Day to Remember delayed their album by a year and a half and got rid of their creep. All the
They had some
accusations.
pretty major allegations with
They
the
had
bassist.
so much stuff, and they kept going back, and they kept saying, "Fueled by Robin, give us a year." Okay, Fueled by Robin. They gave this album, and this was the answer for what they had.
I will agree with that to a point. My issue with Sleater Kinney is that their peak is so much higher than A Day to Remember could even possibly could comprehend. The best albums of Sleater-Kinney are in different stratosphere.
If you tell that to a scene kid, he would start crying on the spot. But you're right.
Let him cry.
Let him cry. You are right.
Let him cry.
Yeah. Let him weep. Let him prostrate himself between albums like All Hands on the Bad One in the Woods. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Day to Remember is not in the category that Sleater-Kinney deserves to be in. Like, I'm sorry for all you. I'm going to rip on some of your fans. This is going to be a bad look for me. I don't particularly care. Sleater-Kinney is better than the vast majority of bands you cover. I'm sorry.
With no disrespect meant, but yeah, Sleater-Kinney's good stuff is so phenomenally good that
the potential of Sleater.
Yeah.
Yes.
I will also say that in that category, Little Rope is also among the worst that you would otherwise cover. Little Rope is fucking terrible.
It is.
It is.
And I was late to the game to see what the heck happened.
It breaks my fucking heart. The sort of the album that is like John. It has me ask John Congleton what the fuck happened between To Be Kind and this.
Right. Oh my god. So you know what? I think I can sum this up. I'll give I think since this was kind of directed at me, I'll give my answer on this. Here's the thing. A Day to Remember, like You're Welcome was bad. It was pretty bad. Yeah. That was a pretty bad record. I think we all agree.
It was the worst of that year by a long shot.
Here's the thing. That also came off of Bad Vibrations, which was also kind of a middling kind of record.
It was fine to me. It could come all the way down to that, but go ahead. Sorry, Crash.
But you know, it wasn't their best.
No,
I think we can all agree it wasn't their best.
Okay.
But here's the thing. I feel like A Day to Remember started to at that point, they kind of changed the way they did things. There was a change in the way that the band sort of worked. There was something in the dynamics that worked, and they kind of went on a natural kind of downward slide. That's kind of where they're at right now. They're kind of on their way out. They're kind of on their way off the sort of plane of relevance and the kind of plane. I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm not saying oh yay or anything like that, but I'm just saying almost every band you've ever heard does this. Okay, they have their peak and then they start to slide off that peak. Maybe they see other hills and valleys, but there's a natural. With A Day to Remember, it was a more natural feeling, kind of downward, unfortunate, but still kind of a natural feeling transition. With Sleater-Kinney, it's been pretty grim since they kicked Janet out, but Little Rope, like Mark was saying, what the fuck happened
was that
there?
Yeah.
What on earth?
I did hear the singles from the record, and even that had me scratching my head, you know? Like, I never heard the full album just because I don't plan to hear anymore at this point, just because of the way things have been going.
I mean, there's probably no reason, to be honest. You're much better. Again, Sleater-Kinney is one of my favorite bands. And to see them in this, because it also speaks to, like Mark hinted at, John Congleton is not an incompetent producer. The people they were working with were not incompetent people. Even the session people that they had in for that record are not incompetent. They should not have made a record that sounds this freaking amateur hour, that sounds that freaking bad. And it sounds like... what that tells me is that it's chaos within the band themselves. It's chaos between Corin and Carrie. And this is a project. Little Rope has basically told me, y'all should have broken up a long time ago. Y'all are in misery doing this. Yeah. Y'all don't want to be here. Y'all don't even know what this band is supposed to be anymore. Why are you here? I said this as much in my video, and I always hate when I have to say stuff like this. But it is one of those albums that makes me say, Sleater-Kinney, one of my favorite bands ever, Sleater-Kinney, please break up. Because at this point, I just break up for your own happiness. If this is what Sleater-Kinney has to be, I don't want it. Okay?
For your own legacy, more than anything, almost. You know, break up for your legacy.
Some things are more important than legacy. Some things are more important than whatever the history books want to write about you. You know, just break up and enjoy the rest of your lives. You've earned it. Come on, just nobody needs to see this side of you. And that's what really breaks my heart, you know. Luke, I am so sorry. This is such a downer topic, man.
It was
Yeah.
it was definitely targeted at you. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna step away from that because again, like as much as I love Sleater, Kinney, as much as their new album ruins me, and there's a number of projects that ruin me that I'm obscuring from this general overall chats because like most of you don't want to have to deal with my long extended rant about Sleep Token.
Yeah.
So
great band.
with that, Luke, how do you want to end this?
That was a great way to end. I think with the super chats, we'll get to all the other ones in the document.
That's right.
Also, we have one more round of Festival Rock or Flop because they hit the like goal. We have one more quick festival to do, and then we're going to have to say goodbye. Are you guys ready to book day 3 of Coliseum Fest? We've had 2 days where the audience said they would show up.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I ordered the first one. Yeah, sure.
Band number 1, Judas Priest. I'm already liking this.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Yes, absolutely.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
I'm there already.
Number
Headliner.
2, The Ghost Inside. Metalcore.
They're still together?
They got back together.
yeah.
After the
Yeah,
lockdown.
that's
Okay.
right.
Yeah, they got back
I
together.
That's why I know
Like,
them, but
I'm there for Judas Priest. I'm already like you need to have better worse. You have
No, they're good
worse
live. They
acts to
sound
force
good.
me out.
Number 3,
Uh-oh.
Motley
Uh-oh.
Crue.
I
will
don't
they be performing the Beastie Boys cover?
I don't care. I don't care.
You're still going.
Okay, Mark, have you heard Motley Crue lately?
Okay,
Have you heard the cancel EP?
by the way, Vince Neil has a bad habit of going over his time, so he is going to cut into Judas Priest's set.
Oh yeah, he will. He absolutely will.
I don't.
And you know,
I don't. I've been to enough festivals. Like, all right, give me the last 2.
Number 4, Bandmade, right from Japan. Wow, that's
Okay,
a wild
perfect.
card.
All right, I'm good.
That's a wild card. Okay, and number 5, Crown the Empire.
Really?
They're still around.
they're still together.
They sure are. Texas metalcore.
I remember them from like 2014, but
Yes.
not
Yeah,
much since
wow.
then.
Not gonna lie, I'd still go to this for Bandmade and
yeah.
Judas Priest. Like,
I don't love it,
I mean,
but I
you're-
would go.
Yeah, your chances of seeing Bandmade in the States?
like
I know,
I wouldn't
right.
book it. I would not book this festival, but like at the same time, like it's not terrible.
It's not. Judas Priest, The Ghost Inside, you know, these are good bands live. They really are. Motley Crue
Sure.
is not. But we got to have the time to go to the bathroom, get something to eat, and check
Right.
the car, and
See, there you go. There you go.
social media post, and all that other stuff. Chat, please
gotta-
vote. Would you go to Coliseum Day 3? We kind of already set apart. Yes, we'd go. It's not
Yeah.
ideal situation.
I'm gonna say no. Honestly, I think I would skip day 3 and book it home early. You know, I'd go to the first 2.
Yeah.
Like I'm
Eat it, but at the same time,
No,
It's
think
one of
we're on
those
the
where
same
I feel like
ballpark, yeah.
I would leave early. I would catch Judas. I'd catch Bandmade because I'm never gonna catch Bandmade in the States. Let me tell you that.
I was
people.
lucky.
But,
I was
Yeah.
lucky. Yeah.
yeah, I'd catch that. This is the day I'd leave early, but still go. Sure.
I think a lot of people would leave early if Motley Crue.
Well, and this is an issue I have with this festival was that it's very much of acts I would see in a very specific lineup that is probably not worth the price I would pay for them.
But Crown the Empire's got to make a payday somehow.
I'm not seeing the Empire story. No.
I'm just kidding.
nah.
They're probably getting no cut because Motley Crue is going to take it all. But that's something different.
Right. You gotta
Can I
fight for
see-
your right to
Can I see the Death Heaven instead, please?
If only. If only.
a
But you know what?
secret set.
See, I've never seen Death Heaven, by
I'm
the
not
way. I
even a
really
Death
want
Heaven
to.
fan. I'm saying that. You know where that's coming from me. So
Oh, I'm a Death Heaven fan, though. So you're saying my language for that. But looks like 76%. They say yes.
of course I would.
It's pretty high. Yeah.
Yeah.
We booked 3 solid days that people would go to. I'm not saying it's the best festival of the year. I'm just saying these are 3 randomly booked festivals in the most random cities in America. Billings, Montana, you're getting one heck of a show this year. That's a Billings, Montana festival if I've ever seen one. So,
You know what? I'm not going to go that far because I think this actually is a pretty quasi decent lineup.
It is.
All things considered.
and also I would just like to say I have it flashed on the screen right now. For those who just came in late, the winner of the sophomore album, Best Ever, The Downward Spiral from 9 Inch Nails, and I think that's very worth it. Thank you guys for staying late, running over time. We'll have all the super chats answered in the document. Do not think they're forgotten. I got them all.
I will say this: my number 1 album was The Downward Spiral.
Mm-hmm.
That was your number 1 seed?
That was.
Yes, it was.
Smart.
Number two was Nevermind. Number 3 was a Love Iron song by the Frank Turner.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Nice.
Number 4 was actually Joy as an Act of Resistance by Idols.
I would like to give this time now. I want to see that list, by the way, Mark. I want to see you post it on social media too.
I will post it in some faculty. I'm not sure when. Probably not tonight
Don't
because
do it tonight, but just in general, just whenever.
I'm really tired. I want to go to bed tonight. But I will post it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just going to wrap up now. John, do you have anything you would like to push or promote or talk about?
This was a great warm-up for me because not to get too deep into it, but my parents' health has not been great, so I've been offline more, kind of helping out with them, and this was kind of a nice recharge of the batteries for me. Really enjoyed going through this tonight. I will probably be streaming again for the first time in a while, back to it this Sunday. Hopefully easing back into it with a few album reviews and that sort of thing, and maybe a few bracket battles of my own over on Beyond ARTV. So check that out. Just make sure you got the notifications on, and hopefully I'll be posting again soon.
Mark, how about you?
Pretty quiet for me this week, all things considered. Regular Billboard Breakdown episode that drops on Tuesdays. That's as general. The Selena Gomez album review dropped on, I want to say later this evening, so that is live as of right now. I will not say that it is a great album, all things considered. I will say the Saba No ID album, I'm trying to work on trying to make a more refined review of that as of right now. I'm trying to put that together. I'm not gonna say it's great, but at the same time, it's got promise. Like if you like the more adult alternative brand of that sort of rap, I would say if you're a Little Brother fan, you're really gonna enjoy that album. So if you really enjoyed May Your Lord Watch 2019, that album, if you're really into that, you will really like this new album. I will say that. I will say that the albums that are coming up are not great, but I will say this Friday is so unbelievably stacked. There's just so much. Destroyer, Perfume Genius, Lucy Dacus, Death Heaven. There's just way too much for me to get through everything. So as much as I can list off acts in that lane, I wish I could, but nah, I just can't.
Okay. Crash, how about you?
I am still working on my best of 2024 video. Again, I apologize for how long it's taken. I've been so super busy lately with everything else just going on in my life personally right now. It is still in the works. Hoping to get that out sometime in April, maybe. We'll see. I'll keep you updated. I'll let y'all know when that's coming along. Outside of that, other videos are also happening. It's, again, my scheduling has just been super duper nuts. And, again, I promise you I'm out there. I promise you I'm still working on it. Believe me, when stuff starts coming out, you will hear from me on it.
Fair enough. I'll have a new video coming up on Monday. Also, Podcast The Rock moves to Wednesdays. When we have Rock Coliseums in the future, they'll be bump the podcast back. But every Wednesday, we're live on this channel, the Podcast The Rock. Alex Rowe and I talk about the news of the world, rock metal alternative. Also, other videos coming as well. But yep, Monday, another list video. I will have that for you guys, and early access on Patreon and on YouTube memberships. Thank you guys so much for helping us out. Anything you'd like to say before we wrap things up besides that? The last RIP for Slater Kenny, because I think that really ripped you guys apart a little bit.
Yeah,
It's just sad, man.
Sad. It is.
Like,
Man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I rambled so much on that, but
That was directed at you, so it's okay.
yeah.
It comes from a place of love and respect for their early work.
See,
that it's just
exactly.
Mhm.
you know,
I get it.
please
Exactly.
just break up.
Again, I don't wish them any ill will. I don't wish them anything harsh or anything, but it's like, oh,
Maybe
y'all
try,
just-
maybe try a new season of Portlandia instead. You know, maybe.
Why?
Go back
You
to
know, why
that.
not? I could vibe with a new season of Portlandia. What the hell?
Downward
In this
Spiral.
crazy
okay.
world? Yeah.
Downward Spiral in Portlandia. That's your homework, everyone.
Oh, Eddie Vedder shows up in Portlandia too, so another Pearl Jam connection.
That's right.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great night. We'll see you in chat, and we'll see you next time. Stay tuned for the document. We'll have it up
Yes.
soon.
Cheers.